Hi, I'm Bo Maddox from Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, and you're listening to the Trial by Error Variety Show podcast. Have fun, everyone. Laters.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Trial by Error Variety Show. My little baby, my little nest egg. Oh, how I missed it. And how I missed you. Raise your hand if you missed me. Oh, hey. Hey, you in the back. You in the car. You at work. Yeah, grab that hammer, man. Get back to work. This is nice, right? It's the new Dylon single. It's called Patient. You can get it off Bandcamp, iTunes. Stream it on the Spotify. Oh, speaking of Spotify, we are on Spotify. Thank you for changing your rules and regulations. We're still on Stitcher, even though I haven't mentioned them in a long time. And you know what? We got a really cool dude to talk to today, Mr. Cameron Landrum. Well, and some friends, some new friends, Max and Brent. But most important, we have you here. And that's really important to me and to Cam. It's really important. So thank you. Now sit back. Relax. Open your mind. And as always, enjoy the show. All right, you want to give me a solid level check over there? Is it on?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Check.
Oh.
1, 2.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
All right. Okay, we're about matchy right here.
All right.
Got a little wind blowing because we're sitting outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
This is I'm sitting at Cameron Landrum's house. Wait, what do you want me to say your stage name?
No, that's Cameron Landrum's.
You just go by your stage name?
Fucking A.
Cam dude.
Cameron Bam.
Cambrodia.
Yeah.
And Max. He shall be just Max.
Forever known.
For his protection. Because we're gonna get it. We're gonna tell some stories today. The good ones, you know? And statutory, yeah. The statute of limitations has ran out on these crimes. I'll tell you that. These old crimes. You know, we're kind of tripping down memory lane.
Yeah.
So to speak. Move that mic up.
Oh wait. Hello.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is Cam's first podcast.
Yes.
The podcast virgin. He's working his way.
Popping my cherry right now, dude.
Really close to the mic, gingerly, curiously, but eagerly.
Yeah, we just had some hot sauces.
He knows why he's here. Yeah, he's well lubed.
Well lubed.
Lubed him up. We tried the Last Dab. We tried the newest creation from Sean Evans and 88 Ryzen, The Dragon in the Clouds.
Literally was crying.
Mm-hmm. We tried the Sword and Scale sauce, the murder sauce.
That was really good.
I like the logo for that one is Massacre Your Assaker.
Massacre Your Assaker.
Yeah.
That's prime.
Fitting for a murder podcast.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So, what's good, man? What you been getting into?
Oh, man. Been doing open mics here in Kerrville for a while.
Mm-hmm.
At the brewery, Basement Brewers of Texas. Yeah, man. Just jamming over there.
Got a good turnout?
Yeah, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of friends.
Okay. So, regulars beyond that, or is it just sort of a influx? You see new people every week? Or?
New people.
Yeah.
There's like a good crowd on Thursdays every time. So
Cool. Very cool. Thursday night. Easy night. Nobody's got anything going on Thursdays. No reason why you can't tune your stuff up all week and make it to a Thursday night jam.
There's no one really playing it really yet. So.
Well,
it's just me playing for like 3 freaking hours.
Yeah, because there's what I noticed about Kerrville is there's really only like 2 well-established bars. Mm-hmm. There's like the old Watering Hole.
Yeah, Nautilus. And
and that's they have their regulars, you know, and that's kind of it.
Yep.
It's pretty dingy here in Coolville.
Yeah, it's what you make it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Been here too long.
Yeah, so I noticed I mean, you've always been on my radar. You always do some pretty dangerous looking skateboard stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
I've even filmed some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're pretty ballsy, man.
Thank you, man.
At your age.
Yeah. Still do it.
Yeah.
Still got it.
Yeah, but that's what you have to do, right? You got to keep doing it.
Yeah. They say skateboarders age like dog years.
Okay,
dog
years.
Yeah. So,
hips, knees.
Yeah. So I'm probably like pushing 70 right now, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. You know, because it's funny. Steve-O, he was talking about he kind of got started his career, I guess, like on film as a skater, but he hated skating.
Yeah.
You know,
he just liked to do stunts, right?
And he was talking about how, I'm getting out of that anyway, kind of the dog ears philosophy, you know, and then he's like, and then all the shit I went on to do just wrecked it even harder than most skaters that, you know.
Damn.
He's just like falling face first out of buildings. And have you seen some of the stuff he's done?
I've seen him do like these little fast plant things all the time.
He has a great YouTube channel right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I watch his YouTube.
Fall is blowing in.
This is Rise and Demise documentary.
Rise and Demise, yeah.
I don't think I've seen Rise and Demise. No, I saw Career Ender, right? Is that the name of it?
That one. I've seen PCP Save My Life too.
I haven't seen that
That
one.
one's fucking great, dude.
I haven't seen that one. He's just wrapping up his tour right now, the Bucket List tour, and it's all the stuff that didn't make the cut for Jackass, for all these other things where he's like, there's no way it would go. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
And it's some really out there stuff. There's some good podcasts. He's done some good interviews out there. He was on Joe Rogan, I think. Yeah, he was. He was on Joe Rogan about a year ago, but one that I saw him on recently was even better than that. I think it was Your Mom's House with Tom Segura. Oh yeah, dude. And he talks about this thing called skyjacking, or one of the bits he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he want to like he did jump out of a plane
while jerking off.
Yeah. Right when he came, he jumped out of a plane.
Well,
that's what I was thinking of.
There's the bit, but the lead up to the bit was incredible because he literally just is building up for the show. He's kind of backstage, about to run out, and this guy's like, "Yo, Steve-O," and he's like, "Go away, kid." Like, I'm into the show, and he's like, "You totally gotta go skydiving. I'm a skydive instructor," you know.
Oh,
and he's just like, "Okay, let's talk." You know, he gets the guy's number and stuff, and he ends up finding like 70 companies and filtering through them, and of the 70 companies, he said 20 of them were willing to get jerked off on. And he's like, your guy's gonna get cum on him. Like, but he ended up.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he ended up he said none of the cum made it in the plane at all. It all went straight out into the farmland.
Dude, dude, that'd be crazy if it was like in the city.
No, it's definitely never in the city.
Yeah.
You know, they're always in the outs. But still, there's like some farm kid on his trampoline. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Oh, look, there's a plane. Wave. Oh, slight rain. No big deal.
Oh, that's bird poop.
That's bird poop.
That's gross.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Man.
I like how Max is keeping busy for the podcast.
Dude,
He's like,
yeah.
I've been wanting to unwind this ball of fishing string.
It's tough.
That would set my head on fire.
It's
dude.
100% impossible, but I commend you for, like, if I could get my kids to just stay busy like you, just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, I'm going to give them, can I bring that home?
Absolutely.
Dude, yeah. That's
Like,
a new kid's
Your
toy.
souvenir.
Guys, I really want to take y'all fishing, but all the line seems to be tangled. If you could.
Just give me 10 minutes. and we can go, I promise.
Dude, did you hear I'm going to be a dad?
Yes, actually, I not only did I hear, but I saw your fiance, your girlfriend, your
basically.
lady,
Yeah, my lady.
your lady,
Mahina.
special lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw she's showing, so got to be getting close.
Yep, January 15th.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Are you gonna find out?
That's a boy, yeah.
Oh,
We found
you
out
already
already.
found out.
We're naming him Nodis.
I'm not
by Don
disappointed that
Landrum.
you told me. I'm disappointed that I know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I always like to find out way later, but
Yeah.
that's cool though. Most people like to plan. That's
Yeah.
cool. It's
I
really
told
cool.
everybody. Yeah, it was I think he was conceived
Nodis.
on. Yeah, Nodis.
Very cool.
I think he was conceived on 420 this year. So.
Okay.
I just remember that day
Like, I am
was
not
a
pulling out.
haggard day.
No.
Like we're maybe, dude. He's just gonna come out.
asleep inside you.
He just came out. Was like, "Hey, man. Hey, Dad. Give me your social security numbers." It's on, dude.
You had a dude.
Yeah.
That old SNL bit with Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah.
You know. I think Charlie
You had a
Sheen's the
dude.
doctor. Yeah.
I remember Mitch Hedberg had a joke. He was like, "What's your favorite cigar?" He's like, "It's a Boys."
Yeah.
Love
It's
Mitch Hedberg. dude.
For sure.
It's a Boys.
I love this setup, man. I need to get me a just a little gazebo.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, dude. We jam out here all the time. I had like maybe 8 people over here Friday jamming.
Yeah, it's feasible.
Both monitors set up and everything.
Mm-hmm. I like it. You is that house abandoned right there?
Yeah. Crazy story about that house.
Let's hear it.
This old Vietnam vet lived there. His name was
Mhm.
Leo. And he was here. We've lived in this house for like 4 years. And he was there for a while. But he ended up passing away in the house. And his cats fucking ate his face, dude.
Ugh.
No, it's brutal, but I don't know if I should be saying that on a podcast.
That's
but-
the perfect place to talk about it.
Dude, it's crazy. Because he was just dead over there. I didn't know, you know? I was minding my own business over here.
They didn't smell bad or anything.
No, I didn't smell nothing, dude.
You know
when
they
they-
say that, right? Like about cats.
They'll eat
Like,
your
you
face
see
first.
Cats and dogs, like if you die with your cat, that motherfucker will eat you.
Yeah, first.
But if you got
Mhm.
your dog lay right next to you
Yeah.
and not touch you.
I'm allergic to cats anyways, dude. Fucking
It's
hate them.
further proof that cats believe that we live in their world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, this is cool. Look, the food that I'm gonna eat is just hanging out.
Yeah.
He feeds me.
Yeah.
This is great. And eventually, he's just gonna die. I'm gonna eat him, and that's gonna be great. He's gonna taste great because I've seen when he feeds himself.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Dude, that's crazy though. Yeah, it happened right there. Yeah, I always like look in his windows. I'm
Mhm.
always thinking I'm gonna see something, but no one's over there.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude. That'd be crazy though if I just see his fucking face. I just imagine it happening one day. Like, let me get your Wi-Fi.
Wow.
He always asks for my Wi-Fi.
So how'd he pass on?
I don't know, just old age, I guess.
I don't think he's there. It's maybe, but I feel like there's less elderly ghost,
Yeah.
unless
Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to blow it in your face.
no, unless they're like that's their homestead and they're like generationally tied to that land or whatever it may
Yeah.
be.
Ooh.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No, but
I've never
I believe in
seen
like
them, but I
like
think I
spirits,
believe
you know.
in 'em.
I know there's
Yeah.
like spirits and there's like crazy energy out there, man. I
Wha-
felt it.
What about the idea that that's like the thin place, the veil just beyond the dark matter, essentially how
Okay.
we only exist in the light,
Yeah.
but beyond that in the pure darkness is the veil of spirits,
Yeah.
right? Where some say it's purgatory, some say
Hmm.
it's just the last window into this dimension,
Mhm.
but right in between dimensions.
Yeah.
What some would include, like an afterlife scenario,
I've always believed that like you know how people have old souls?
Mm-hmm.
That
Maybe
each soul has like a quest and you
Mhm.
keep being reborn until
I-
that soul has done its deed and then you get to go on to
Yeah.
somewhere better. Maybe, I don't know.
I've kind of philosophized
feel
about
like
that
that.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all speculatory.
Hmm.
That's why I don't give a shit what people believe in.
Yeah.
But I can't stand when people don't even question that there might be something.
Yeah.
Now, absolutely, nobody knows the answer. I'm like, okay, I can see like you calling out some sort of religion for its corruption or whatever it may be. But then there's also just like the fact that literally none of us have ever known.
Yeah, exactly. We never will until.
Never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
But so many people pretend to, and that's annoying. They know, because not that people like, oh, you want to go to heaven. I'm like, these people are just like me. They just believe we may have old souls, or we may be turned into a cockroach if we're evil, or whatever. You know, so many of those. You know.
Yeah.
It's like I believe in them all. Why not?
Why not?
Maybe it's a fucking wheel. Maybe it literally is just a giant game show simulation, and it's like, where's that shit going? Here we go.
Spin the wheel. Oh, that's nuts.
Ooh, sorry, Cam. You're going to be condemned to a dark, dark place. That's right. You're haunting the house.
Forever no Wi-Fi.
You'll be given a fake past.
That's nuts.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bitch.
I'm gonna say the other one for last. When I'm flowing like water, my fire can't get much hotter. Like when I'm glowing on that double departed. Every action has a reaction. Good intentions bring satisfaction. You control your future whether you like it or not. Take some time for your destiny, girl. Give it some thought. So close to the cosmos, backed by on a good note. Won't you agree with this harmony? You're sinking with no flow. You're choking and can't go. Why don't you just say the word? Say the word. Say the word. Remember your heritage and how your ancestors lived. Those hazel eyes didn't come from nothing. I have one question, where did the honor go? Until I turn to light, I guess I'll never know. So close to the cosmos, so bad by on a good note. Won't you agree with this harmony? You're sinking with no flow. You're choking and can't go. Why don't you just say the word? Dude, yeah, I met this supposedly this shaman dude in Austin.
Oh no! This is the reason I was 30
Those
minutes
fucking
late.
triathlon bitches, dude.
The reason I was 30 minutes late.
Yeah. It's funny. I was like, I walked to the
I could
store.
stop staring at biker asses.
I walked to the
whole
store
way.
last night.
Oh my god!
I knocked over all those cones whenever I walked back home. I was just like, boom, boom, left and right, each one, dude. I was kind of drunk, dude. Yeah, it's like
That reminds
3
me
in
of
the morning,
like,
man.
I'm gonna have another nugget, but that reminds me of like some SLC punk
Yeah,
shit. You know what I mean?
dude, no one was out. It was
No.
great though. It made me feel good.
Where he's like beating the shit out of every mailbox and
Oh,
like
yeah.
windshield down the road
Dude, I was born there.
in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just
Wait.
we went through there a couple years ago. It was really pretty.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, has a small town feel. As big
Yeah.
as it is, you know.
It's like eerily white though.
Mm.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, just like nothing but white. Like
Like Bandera.
yeah,
Mhm.
Bantucky.
Kentucky. I was just trying to say that. Yeah, I hate
Dude,
that
yeah,
place.
I had a lot of fun over there.
Oh man, me and Matt got arrested over there.
You and Matt get arrested, yeah.
A lot of people get arrested out there.
I've been in jail over there one time.
That's the coop, man.
Did 18 days in county. Got a tattoo. No, I'm just kidding.
Got a comfy 2 weeks in.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You stayed an extra 4 days because the food was so good.
Yep. They had enchiladas was coming that Thursday, so I was like, fucking, come on, guys.
Waffle fry.
Like, no, we're putting you out in the booking room. Like, but no.
Can I take my mat?
Yeah. How about these shoes? I've worn
Shoes
them
are
in.
tight.
Yeah.
They're just like my Toms, man. We're Toms anyways.
Sweet Crocs, man. Orange Crocs. Let me keep them.
No, they have those like white slip-ons, man, in Bandera. Yeah, they're tight.
Yeah.
Use the white.
Yeah.
They're Croc. No, okay, that's right. They do. They got the canvas shoes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You feel like you're in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I can kick people in the
Guantanamo.
face with these too, though.
Guantanamo, that's what I was thinking. Not Alcatraz. That's not real anymore.
They be essing some D's over there in Guantanamo. Oh yeah.
Thunder. Feel the thunder.
Fucking dude, the hot sauce was hot, man. I've never eaten anything that hot in my life.
Yeah. But you made it nothing, right? Now?
Yeah, nothing
I
now,
would do
but
it again. Honestly, I would fucking do it again.
I don't know if I would do it again right off the bat.
How's your tummy?
Feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't, the only thing that's ever upset my stomach was the bomb. It's the only thing.
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's like dark.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking dark, like red, purple.
It is.
The bomb.
It's blood.
It's crazy.
It's the blood of evil.
Like
Yeah.
Reclaim.
Satan.
Like full out Reclaim.
Dude, have you guys seen Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell?
I love that show.
Ah, so good.
That's pretty good.
I don't know that they were talking about maybe not getting picked up for another season.
Yeah.
They're kind of on a limb. This last one, you know.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of crowd that draws in, you know, but I like
Our
it.
crowd.
Yeah.
We're real people too.
Right?
You know? We're like outed. We're so outed. They're like, who gives a fuck what you like? It's
Yeah.
like, dude. So what? We don't shop at, you know. I don't think it's about shopping anymore. Where am I going with this?
Baby Gap.
Baby Gap? Sure.
I don't know.
What divides people now? Is it all political now?
Oh, I think
I think a large.
it depends on what you're talking about, you know, what divides people.
No, because it all ends up being political, whether it be like, you know, birth
I've never really
controls.
paid attention to any of that, honestly.
Max.
I feel like whoever the fuck's president, I'm still gonna like smoke weed and whatever all day.
I mean, to a degree,
And do my
how
own
much of
shit,
it
you know?
really
No,
affects
yeah,
your
it
day-to-day,
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I look at is like what's really going on, and then how it's gonna affect me in my day-to-day thing. You know?
Yeah.
And that's it seems like a selfish way to look at it, but like that's not like the
Is it,
intent
though?
behind it.
Is
you
it
know?
though? I mean,
Some could
because
say it's selfish, but I don't personally think it's like a.
you have to recognize early on, and I'm just keeping it 1,000% real right
Yeah.
now, which 1,000% is not even a real number. So let's just say 100%, just to keep it real, guys. I know I don't like to correct myself this deep, but I'm going to for the sake of this argument.
100 times 10.
You know in high school that you're gonna be the guy that cures something or builds something.
I feel like, right?
I never got that feeling.
No.
I always felt like I was only good for entertaining or, you know, I mean, being somebody's friend. Like, I felt like I was good with relationships. I was
Yeah.
good with, I loved music. Like, I absorbed, you know, that culture of making your living off of traveling around playing your art and performing to a group of like-minded people all over the world until you are well into Willie Nelson's age. Like, I saw
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
You know, so it would be stupid of me to some point be like, I'm wasting my life. I should be curing something right now. Like, it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, any chance of having that was gone a long time ago.
I never thought of doing anything big like that either, you know?
Mhm. But
It's been,
I
I wanted to skate for the longest time.
But
That's like my shit.
the I guess there's like kind of a guilt attached to what you're thinking. It's like, I don't know, it sounds self-serving, but it's like, yeah, because there's maybe way too many of us that unfortunately just shut off a bigger picture way too early in life. And by the time you've acquired as much debt or a family or whatever, you know, it's like, dude, no, like now I'm surviving. At this point, that's all I'm doing. And I'm surviving off of conveniences that are available to me. You know, unfortunately, we live, just us in particularly, in an area where you can't even really grow your food that good unless you've got, you know, agricultural access.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a tiny garden and sustain yourself off vegetables and stuff like that. But you can't have like cows in the city, and when the fuck do you have time to butcher a cow or raise a cow and like
Fucking A.
And there's a lot of money behind all that shit too. Like, because up until I moved here, because I'm from North Texas, I'd never really seen any kind of like agricultural setup. Like my boss has a bunch of cows and goats and sheep like that. Dude, I'm telling you, man, he spends like $400 or $500 a week in feed, hay, fucking
vet bills.
Something happens to
It's
one of the
insane.
animals, dude. It's nuts. And then you got to think about how much each lease costs to keep the animals on. And then you have to maintain the properties. It's fucking insane.
And
you know?
set that up against what it costs to go to HEB and buy your food.
Yeah.
Okay. That you have how much it costs to raise a cow and butcher it. Insane. But you're doing it the pure and organic way. It's honorable. You know? It's the only way you'll be approved in some communities. And then which is very, very few. But then you have the people that cook. Oh, I don't eat out. I cook. You know. And then you have the people that eat nuggets. Right. Dude, it all costs the same on those last two levels. To cook it, to feed, especially for me, maybe I don't know I have no idea what it's like to just be two people without a baby. I guess that was like 20 for me.
Yeah.
I was busy.
You've been at it for a long time.
I was really busy, but
Busy about it.
Yeah, but I've always assumed that cooking it at home was going to save money, and it doesn't. The versus does not, like, especially when you weigh out like how much your time is worth. You know.
Well, most definitely. I mean, I found that like whenever I try to plan on like cooking something inside, I'll end up only buying the ingredients for like that one meal that night, and you're still spending like $30 if you want to make like an entire nice, well-made, well-sourced spaghetti meal. You know what I'm saying? If you want to buy like real good pasta, like fresh pasta.
Yep.
I've been
grass-fed
eating
beef,
spinach out the can lately. It's been my kid.
Popeye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
Popeye
straight up.
style.
I did it when I was a little kid, and
Yeah.
I brought it back. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty tasty.
Dude, my roommate is kind of
Little
like
bit of salt.
the opposite of like how like you said you never like felt like that you were gonna do like that real big picture thing or whatever. Well, it's like he's got this sustainability idea that like he's trying to like do so that way we don't all have to be under the thumb of like the commercial agriculture. And so that way like the smaller man could have his own garden and really be fully sustainable.
Yeah. Well, we
It's
can.
crazy.
Do you know what I mean? Even here, where it's like I said, we're sort of restricted, just water. I feel like that's why the marijuana industry hasn't hit here.
Oh, dude.
Because agriculturally, like, it's so hard to sustain marijuana. Like, there's millions and millions and millions of gallons that go into growing just a small farm.
I bet we're like 5 years out.
No, man, I say 2.
2?
We're close, dude. We are so close with the farm bill being like nationwide.
Yeah.
Like that allowed me to get my dad CBD, like, because he's got some nerve stuff going on. And
Yeah.
so he takes the CBD and he's able to make his own because of that bill being passed,
Yeah.
which was
Nice.
illegal before. You know what I mean? And he hasn't found any relief until the CBD, and that's like the only thing that's given him like relief again. It's
I feel like
insane.
that's the only way to even use CBD sustainably is have access to make it, or
It's so expensive.
yeah, it is. It's so expensive. If you want to get clean stuff, and you don't,
Yeah, they were charging $150 in the store for the little bottle.
of
My
like
dad made-
350 milligram probably.
Damn.
They said it was $1,500, but
Damn.
he made 6 or 7 times the amount for $50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that's what I didn't like about the legalization of it is that it's gonna be made into a racket, and it's like the purity of it isn't gonna be there because like the
Yeah. No
like the-
integrity.
No
yes,
integrity.
Integrity Farms.
Damn.
Yeah, man, I feel like Randy Marsh.
Seriously. No. Yeah, Randy Marsh
God, no
always
integrity.
represents the.
The little man.
The blue collar, right?
Yeah. No, I think he's. Man, I don't know what they play with his part. There's so much philosophy behind that show, and it's so much of it's lost on me. But seems very flippant. You know what I mean? Like one minute you're on his side, the next minute you're fucking. Like he's blowing up home grows, and just wrecking people's shit.
Dude, I watched the episode where they're all pulling guns on each other.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner, dude. Oh my god. I just watched that one. It's hilarious, man.
Randy's like everybody's like intentions and emotions behind something, like what everybody thinks that they'd want to do, but Randy just goes and does it.
You're a nihilist.
He really is my favorite character, though.
Me too, dude.
But I think it's because I'm the type of person who gets bored with sort of the same characters, arc, and he's just nonstop. He just goes wherever the best. He's really the best character to represent all of that spread of emotions because he's just so animated, man. He's double animated.
It's a damn good show.
I watched basketball this morning.
Basketball. That's a classic.
Dude, I saw it for the first time.
Wow.
To watch it, dude. It was
What kind of plane is that?
Cessna, I would guess.
Is that a plane or somebody's?
Almost sounds like a big ass leaf blower, dude.
Or a car. Going real slow. Like really building up.
I don't know what.
That's like no
a
way, dude.
VTEC, like, wow.
It's going like 20.
It's got a huge glass pack. Fucking exhaust.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lean towards a leaf blower.
Oh, that's,
Oh yeah. I don't know, dude. That's a bike, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's getting it. Well, I don't even know where a straightaway
I know. There's nothing
Maybe
that
Loop
straight right
98.
here.
Across the river is a straightaway.
That's bananas. It's like my shit. It's bananas.
BANANAS.
Exactly. You can spell. So,
Huh? Dude, Gwen
Stefani
Stefani is like forever my childhood crush.
I saw her. She did an interview on something. Jimmy Fallon the other day. She's talking about her residency in Vegas, and she's been doing. I didn't even know she was doing that. Like It's My Life or something. Just going through all the No Doubt stuff.
She's still hot, dude.
She's hotter now. She's less. I like a girl with a little meat on her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying she's definitely. If she heard me say that, it'd probably give her body dysmorphia. But she's got a little more pampered. It looks like. We'll say that, and I
Yeah.
like that. I think she deserves it.
I liked her her punk
fine.
days, dude.
Her punk days,
Yeah, dude, that was the shit. No doubt.
Sublime.
When she was real
Yeah.
slanky. That was her
Little,
slanky
like baggy
days.
jeans and
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
Baggy
heart
jeans.
boner for sure, dude.
Heart boner.
Heart boners.
Real boner.
Like the old
Real
Hot
boner.
Topic days, where they had the huge jeans that went over the shoes. That big man, man.
Oh, nice.
Guys, there's 3 nuggets left.
I'll take one.
All right.
Okay.
Tree nuggets, man.
You know, I think I'm sure
There's 4 nuggets.
Oh, there's so many more than I thought.
Oh, really?
No, there's a lot more.
Grab the fucking sauce.
Which one are we doing?
At random. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and dig around a little.
Grab the little bottle. No, I'm just kidding.
Grab the little bottle.
Intense.
Oh, sword and scale.
Sword and scale. Massacre your asker.
All right.
Okay.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you randomizing?
Oh man. I just have to make them all straight.
Oh,
You want another one?
I do. Do you want another one?
Sure.
I want a dragon
You
in
know,
the
you-
clouds.
you go ahead. You
I want a dragon in the clouds kick. I want
go-
that.
Shit.
Damn, son.
Go for it.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, I'm down to do it. Fuck it.
It's a
I
good
picked
flavor.
it. That was meant to be.
Yeah.
You want the dragon one?
I'll take some dragon. I'm gonna put them both on
Oh
this.
man.
No way, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh man. He's gonna Sean Evans, dude.
I feel like Sean's pretty reasonable. The guest always try to take it to the next level.
Y'all are about to hear a lot of
Yeah,
a
Shia
whole lot
LaBeouf
of.
was like, oh, I'm gonna put a dab on every fucking wing. I was like, dude.
Who
what
was
are you
Ashton?
doing?
Ashton?
No, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia.
Oh, yeah.
He was like every single one. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna. He just like layers the fucking
He
sauce.
did, dude. He was ballsy.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. Don't kill me.
No, this is me.
Oh,
Oh, you
okay,
guys
okay.
want a double?
No.
I'll do it with you, dude.
I'll just kind of dab.
Max,
on
you gotta do
yours.
it, dude.
I just wanna
Everyone's doing it.
take a little
Okay.
taste off of yours.
Okay.
Fuck.
You've got the miniature version of mine.
I know, there's a lot. Fuck.
Yeah, this is like the tab of the day.
It's like I don't know what side I want you to enter my mouth.
It's like, what do you want to burn, your roof or your tongue,
That's
dude?
what I'm saying, dude.
Let's chew it real fast.
First, you know? It'll get there. It'll make its way around to the roof.
There's like a tart finish on that.
It's the last dab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a tart finish.
Yeah, I didn't taste the oranges much on that one. Oh, here comes the sweat in weird places.
Yeah, my like cheeks were like dripping sweat. It was weird.
Like the base of my neck.
Oh, I almost touched my eyes.
There's
Oh. And I didn't. I'm gonna cut this out.
Yeah. I was like, you're about to hear a whole lot of.
Yeah, I didn't plan on eating on the recording, so we'll cut that. But I just was like, man, I gotta eat those. They're staring at me.
Oh,
And the heat becomes like an addiction.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
If you're like, that wasn't that bad, maybe let's see, what's another one? It won't hurt.
Touch that napkin.
Oh no. Fucking Hastings. Or Entertain Mart now. Fucking lame.
Called it Hastings the other day too.
I always call it Hastings. It'll forever be Hastings.
Isn't the whole point to decompose? Isn't the whole point to decompose? Well, I suppose wish I was half as hollow as the rose. Now it's hell yet told, leaves us growing old, awaiting faith or fall, until I am no more, 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 singing, oh, who is brave, oh, who is praying, oh, who doesn't pay no mind. People looking up, people looking down, some people listening without hearing a sound. Who am I to say someone's gonna take my place? I can't stop the world from spinning around. No, I can't stop the world from spinning around. Isn't the whole point to decompose? Isn't the whole point to decompose? Well, I suppose listen to your heart, listen to your soul. When you gonna start? Where you gonna go? Listen to your heart, listen to your soul. When you gonna start? Where you gonna go? We don't gotta know, we don't gotta know, we don't gotta know, we don't gotta know, singing, oh, who is brave? Oh, who is praying? Oh, who doesn't pay no mind? People looking up, people looking down, some people listening without hearing a sound. Who am I to say someone's gonna take my place? I can't stop the world from spinning around. No, I can't stop the world from spinning around.
Thank you. That was great.
All right, we are back from our break.
Yep.
We had a double down, which we said we weren't gonna do. We ate some Last Dab and some Tracking in the Clouds.
We done did it.
One little nuggie. And My mouth hurts again.
Boinin.
But it's good. It's a good painful thing. We were talking about on the break, you're gonna be a daddy, and we had talked about the delivery being, a natural. Oh well, with the help of the good drugs, of course.
Old fashioned.
The old legals, as we say. But you were talking about how euphoric already that experience felt seeing the sonogram, and I'll never forget how it felt meeting my son for the first time.
Yeah.
It literally felt like the clouds parted, the ceiling opened up, and a hand came down and just tied us all together.
That's cool.
That's
beautiful, man.
There was no physical manifestation of a hand, but it literally felt like that.
Yeah.
It was a pause for that event to happen spiritually that I've never. You only have that with your kids.
Yeah.
You can go really deep with your lover,
Mm-hmm.
but knowing that you've made this human being.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck, dude, already.
Yeah.
That's all I think about right now.
That's good.
Yeah. It's
Unless
intense.
you're working yourself up.
No.
That's good.
No. I'm freaking out about it. I think about it so much,
The good thing is just don't worry, because it
Yeah.
really is. It's moment to moment. It's not day to day. It's not year to year. It's not grade to grade.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally every minute you have them is an opportunity to, help them get through some behavioral, mental anguish or whatever the hell comes with being a human being.
Yep.
That's one thing I've learned. It's like,
Hey, I want him to be like twice as good at everything I do. So
yeah,
Fuck
it's
no.
it's strange. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they aren't.
Yeah, right.
And I think the thing that's hardest for me as a parent is finding and helping my kids get to where they need to be.
Yeah.
Because I wonder, I'm like, am I helping them? I know they want to play sports. I know, I know they're kind of good at this stuff, but it's like, I think of longevity. Am I helping them? And I think that's one of the things I do worry about that I probably shouldn't, because they enjoy it, and they enjoy doing it in the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Were you a bad kid?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, me too, dude.
I was trouble.
I'm worried about that.
Yeah. I'm trouble. I'm still my oldest is gonna be 13
Wow.
in like a week, and he's so good. He's a nerdy kid.
No, yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Not antisocial. He has friends, but they all kind of they're all video gamers, and they do play sports and stuff like that, but they're just like super deep, know all the different for whatever realm they're like, their Fortnite, whatever they're getting into, they're just like super deep into, and I'm just like, that's whatever. I'm glad you can retain that kind of stuff. And then my youngers are just like me. They're entertainers through and through. They worry me because they're very Max almost busted it.
Oh, snap. You got attacked by a chair.
Yeah. But I worry that they're naive like me. That because I had to learn everything the hard way.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's all for fun,
Yeah.
and then later on I'm like,
Dude.
oh, I put people in some really uncomfortable positions with child nudity or
Whoa, snap.
whatever. I ran around naked everywhere, and it's just like,
Oh, no.
not as a
I
kid.
ran around naked, too. So.
As an 11 or 12-year-old, when it's not acceptable, when it's
oh, damn. Yeah, then it's wild.
just literally because it was on TV or whatever, Jackass did it or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's get a jock strap and run it. It's like, dude,
Oh,
nobody
dude.
needs to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to be put in that position.
Yeah.
And luckily, this generation of kids is very like hang back, and they're not really out there. I don't,
Yeah.
I think bro culture is more like just a little below your culture.
Mm-hmm.
I know. We're bra culture. They're bro culture.
bra.
Yeah.
I feel that.
We're like the Ninja Turtles, and
Yeah, dude. Definitely.
yeah, and they're like rich dicks.
What was that fucking shark one? City Sharks? Shark?
City Sharks?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it was,
When they surf through the concrete?
it was like a team of sharks.
Yeah.
They fought crime.
Man, we were just talking about it the other day.
It sounds very familiar.
Oh, man.
Street Sharks sounds very
Something like that.
It has to be
They had
something.
like cool cutoff jeans and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Let me see if I can
Surfboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all surfers that got turned into sharks. I think something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. We were talking about it the other day.
Our cartoons were the best.
Yeah, dude, Ren and Stimpy.
They were horrible, but they were the best. Like Ren and Stimpy was
a mind fuck.
Street
We watch it
Sharks.
now, and it's like, what was this, dude?
yeah.
Like,
There's so many sexual innuendos
Yeah.
of like.
Pinky in the Brain
were
and
gay.
stuff.
Oh man.
Ren and
All
Stimpy,
those shows.
they were gay for each other.
Yeah.
weren't they?
I can only imagine.
Well,
They
it
slept
was.
in the same
There was
bed,
one
didn't they?
show that
It was
like-
implied. It was implied, and and there were scenes where they were like sawing logs over each other's backs, and it looked like they were simulating butt fucking.
Oh, wow.
And it's just like there was so much. They touch butts together
Yeah,
a lot.
a lot of things
and
with butts in that show.
It was
A lot of
butt
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, it's buddy butt stuff back
Yeah,
then.
right.
Butt buddy stuff.
Yeah, it was like we're buds, and, but that honestly would inspire stupid kids like me to like, let's put our butts together. And we had like dumb buddy butt stuff happening, not like gross, but it was as gross as Ren and Stimpy was.
Never had that.
Dude, we were kids,
Butt
know,
stuff.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
You're saying you never
I
had a
remember-
butt buddy?
You never had
Never
a
had a
butt
butt
buddy at
buddy.
8 or 9?
I cuddled with a homie one time,
Mr. Epstein?
but we were trash.
It didn't have to be bare butt. I'm not saying you whipped your butt out. I'm just saying like you would put your butts together. That would be so stupid as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, let's put our butts together, bro.
What if we just started shaking hands like that in public?
That would be.
Like cheek inside, like cheek to cheek?
Hey, what's up, dude?
I would applaud it. Hey,
They would
we need something
interconnect.
more interesting to break it up.
Yeah.
I'm sick of handshakes too.
I've been bringing back that pound it, dude.
The pound's cool.
Yeah.
It's always refreshing when you get a pound from somebody who you think is going to give you a shake. Because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, this motherfucker's going to rip my hand off. And he throws a pound. I'm like, thank you.
No, man.
Appreciate that.
There's nothing worse than someone cutting off that handshake.
You a firm grip?
It depends on who
Let's see.
I'm shaking hands with.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty big
If you-
hand,
if you
too.
grip me hard,
Let me
though,
see.
I don't feel firm.
If you grip me
That's
hard,
pretty firm.
Yeah,
I
pretty firm.
don't. I'm kind of like a take my hand and do what you want with it. You know what I mean? Like, here
Yeah.
you go. Oh.
But you know what I
Man.
hate? When people close too soon. And
Oh, yeah.
It makes it seem like I have a poor handshake, and you almost want to just restart the handshake. You're like, can we do that over?
I used to work with a guy that did that to me every morning, dude.
Just
I
like-
was like, Judy's never gonna let me get one in. Like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker. He's this old redneck guy.
And the name of that
Snatch it.
show was Street Sharks.
Break your fingers.
Street Sharks?
Yeah, that
Oh.
was the name of the crime fighting.
Bring up a picture,
sharks.
will you?
Here.
Okay.
That's not
Yeah,
good for a
I gotta pull that
podcast.
I remember exactly what they look like.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
They had
the
muscles.
American Canadian animated series.
And,
Yep.
like, yeah.
They had muscles, and they had like surfboards that could turn into skateboards.
I remember some like surfing through the concrete and stuff. Dude, yep.
They used the same set as Ninja Turtles.
I bet it's pretty close.
Wow.
I don't remember watching that.
You remember Battletoads?
No.
I
They
remember
would-
Battle Borgs.
They would always
Beast
turn.
Wars.
Remember Battle Borgs?
They would
That sounds
always.
familiar.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like Power Rangers, but they were like Beatles.
Yep.
Dude,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I
Yep.
had some of their like action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like gold ones.
I remember
and
having all the Power Ranger ones too.
Me too. You go to McDonald's and they gave you the coins that you could put in your belt.
Oh
Oh,
man.
I don't remember that.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the Pokemon coins that Burger King had?
Oh,
You'd
it's
go
like
and get
the-
a meal,
the
and
disc
you'd get the
kinda thing?
Yeah, or the cards.
Oh yeah, it's like a
The
golden card.
cards, dude.
At that point in my life, I wasn't into them, but I used them as playground currency.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what do you have?
Valuable.
What do you got? Pudding? That's cool.
Oh, no.
I got this Pokemon coin. They're like, oh man.
I really want that one.
It's a ho-ho.
It's a how.
Yeah, yeah. I have no idea. I was never into Pokemon.
Yeah, I was really big into it my whole life since like
Lugia?
the first Game Boy.
Mhm.
I had Pokemon Red.
What about it allured you? What about it was alluring?
I don't know.
There's so many Pokemon, man.
Yeah.
Like, you just go
I don't
on a
know, man. I
journey.
think I just got it for Christmas one year, and like I didn't even ask for it or nothing, and I just like played the shit out of it. Wouldn't talk for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I can see that. I mean, I was big into like Mario. That was like everything Mario came
Yeah.
out. It was like that's all.
Yeah, before that Game Boy, we had this just like a Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
regular Nintendo. Remember that boxing game?
Which one?
Mike Tyson's.
Mike Tyson's
yeah.
Fight Night, dude. NES.
That was the best game.
Because I was born and bred around that time.
Yeah.
Boa, born and bred.
Hell yeah. I just remember my brothers whooping my ass all the time. in that
Well, I
game.
wasn't being bred. I just want to make it clear. I wasn't being bred back then. I was just born whenever there was the NES was pops, and I got stuck on Lolo, the game Lolo, where it was a puzzle game, but it would just be a square. Obviously, everything was just full screen format. And you had to. There would be guys that could spit stuff one direction, and if you crossed in front of them, they could spit. There were some guys that could turn around and spit both directions, and you had to move blocks in front of them They could only spit left to right, so you had to move a brick from one side of the map to the other and like cross bridges and do it. And it was really tricky.
Huh.
It would keep you busy as hell. And then Snow Bros. That was another one that was basically the Donkey Kong concept. Was there'd be something at the top that would be coming down towards you and
Platform.
moving towards you. Dig Dug format,
Dig Dug.
you know. But you were born around the time that the Super NES was hitting,
we had
hitting the
Super
ground.
Nintendo, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a good
tight.
system.
Blowing
Mario
in
Kart.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still could blow. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
That was still relevant.
Blowing in the fucking cartridges.
Blowing and banging, dude. Remember you
dude,
gotta bang every once in a while?
I'd-
Slap, little tap tap. Naughty ass console.
Bad motherfucker.
And a dirty console.
Dude, yeah.
Blow you off.
Yeah,
You still have to do
blow,
that.
but make sure you don't get like the spit.
You still
in
have to
there.
do that to your fucking iPhone. To your Xbox. Just blow in the filter. I don't know.
Those things are high maintenance. You gotta like those
Xbox?
air cleaners.
Or the old ones?
Did you ever get
Air
the
cleaners.
Red Ring of Death?
Oh, yeah, I got.
Oh, I
I
did.
had two
That shit.
Xboxes with
I had
that.
to send them in.
I thought it was a myth until it
Oh,
happened
yeah?
to me. Yeah.
That's bullshit, dude.
I've had an
That shit
Xbox
is-
One crap out on me too.
The only redeeming quality about that was when I got the new system, they had reissued, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they allowed me to download them for free. It took forever.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
It took like 2 years for them to re-platform them all, but
Wow.
but it
Lost Planet.
died on me. I got a new system way later when I could afford it, and then they let me re-download everything, so that was cool.
Oh yeah.
But do you want to talk about the time that you took some
Bad
LSD
trip?
and had a bad trip?
This one is a shrooms actually.
Okay, come closer to the mic.
Alright.
Not too close. Don't like.
Don't caress it.
Yeah, don't. But
Yeah. Yeah, dude, shrooms, man. This is the first night I smoked DMT too.
okay.
I ate like probably a quarter, and was like the only person tripping on shrooms at this house. And you know,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, it was with her at her house.
Okay.
And yeah, man, I took some chick over there, and we banged in this room, and it's like some separate room. And she turned off the lights whenever she left the room, and I thought I was in purgatory. Like I thought I was like, I wish I could tell everybody goodbye. Like
So you were full blown tripping
hard.
when you were having sex.
Yeah, I think I came super quick. Too.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then she left the room and turned off the lights.
So
I was just,
so
like,
in this
knocking-
purgatory.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was knocking stuff down in the room, just like trying to find my way. Just wishing I could tell everybody goodbye, you know. This is like, man, purgatory like sucks, you know.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in there for 2 hours, but it was probably like 20 minutes, you know.
10 seconds.
Yeah, right. But I broke so much stuff in that room. I felt so bad. But
So,
I don't know. Then I
did-
finally got out.
Okay.
Yeah. And then everyone was in Ruth's room smoking DMT, and I was like, "What's that?"
What's that smell?
Yeah, some straight out of like the backwoods hippie dude, you know, dreadlocks and everything.
Yeah.
He's like, "Man, rip this, dude. Just don't cough." And he had it on some leaf.
Huh.
It wasn't weed, but he had it on some leaf we smoked it on, and he poured some on there and ripped-
Kratom.
right before it was hot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, dude. And I just ripped it, and I remember him saying, "Don't cough," and I was just like, "Hurt, hurt, hurt."
Yes.
I just laid down, dude, and she had like a solar system painted on her ceiling, and I was, dude, flying through that shit. It was intense, but I was on the shrooms too, so yeah, that was like it was crazy for like those purgatory moments,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the only bad trip I've ever had.
That's
But,
it?
yeah, ever since then, like shrooms are just
Dude,
weird.
you got off lucky.
Yeah,
You got off lucky.
I'm scared to take shrooms now though.
Or I've taken way too many psychedelics.
Yeah,
One of the two.
yeah,
Because I've had way too many bad trips
man.
where I'm scared to death to do them. People are like, dude, no, just take one. And I'm like, nah, microdosing feels great. That's
Yeah.
different.
Took a little gram last night. Felt
But
pretty good.
But I don't know. I feel like I want to wait till I'm older. I feel like every time I do it, it gets a little more boring.
Mhm.
You know, like the real exciting stuff happened way back when. And now every time I do it, I'm just kind of like, this is so predictable. You know? Oh, we got a pup fucking darting over.
Oh no.
I didn't think he was
I
going
hope
to
he
be able to
won't
stop.
He might bark.
That's okay.
Dimitri!
Yeah. Chew on that rock.
Yeah, boy, chew on that rock.
What's up, bub?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take him inside real quick.
All right. We'll take another break.
Tonight, how many of my words will lift up and take flight? Ears are always open, mouth is always closing. Hold my tongue for a reason. Words change hearts just like the season. You can't deny the past that you hurt relentlessly resides in the back of your mind. Back of your mind. Back of your mind. If life's a lie, why am I trying? Eventually die and find a new shell to hide in. You can't deny the past that you hurt relentlessly resides in the back of your mind. Back of your mind. Back of your mind. Mine, 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 mine. Back of your mind. Mine, mine, mine. Back of your mind. Back of your mind. Back of your mind.
Thank you.
Yes.
Rubbing their butts together over there.
Yeah. Dude, that's half my childhood. All the memories I have rubbing butts
You're
together
a
with
butt rubber,
my
dude.
true friends, man.
Yeah.
Friends I don't have to this day for some reason.
We've never
Miss you
rubbed
guys.
butts, dude.
Come back and rub your butts against me. Yeah, man. So your trips are mild. You've gotten lucky.
Yeah. That's one bad trip, you know.
Yeah, so I've had many, and let me just tell you, one of the ones that I probably will eventually write down
Yeah.
and like try to get as much, give as much insight, probably help myself out. It'll probably be therapeutic to do it, because there's still a lot of questions. But I started out over at Jeff's house. We've been lifelong buddies. We've always allowed a safe place for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Chase was there.
Old Jeff.
Chase was there.
Oh,
And both good dudes. I love being around them.
Mm-hmm.
I was sort of in an Alex Jones phase where everything was like, America was about to become the new part of the New World Order. And this is what I was hearing constantly. I was working as a surveyor, and I was hearing this constantly. A friend of ours just died, so I wasn't really processing that. I was kind of like amplifying other things. And then I took acid. You know what I mean? Like, not a good time.
Conundrum.
Not a good time. And I took one when the rest of my buddies, Booker and Michael, took like 6 or 5 or, drops. And they were like, this is amazing. I was like, okay, I'll take one, whatever. It's Friday night, big deal. Within 30 minutes, I started feeling the anxiety, I guess, and it amplified all of that Alex Jones anxiety.
Oh, no.
And I started being like, you know what, man? what the fuck are we doing? This is all such a waste of time. We sit here and we watch the news and we're just being fed all the bad news. Nobody ever talks about the good shit. Nobody ever talks about the art. Nobody this and that. And they're like, wow, fuck, this is a bad idea. They're sober. And they're like, we should probably get on Chaz's level, you know? And I didn't have any. And so they're just like, all right, well, we'll just get drunk, which just made them poke at me. As they're getting drunk, they're just like, so Chaz, like, you know, what about 9/11? What about, like, you know? And so for like the first hour, I'm like imploding with all this conspiracy shit. To the point where I'm like, you know what? All this is so meaningless. My clothes, my money. Here, take my money. And I just like $200. I'm like, here, just take it all, dude. Just take it. I don't give a fuck about it. Take my clothes. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of here. I'm going to the woods. And I'm not coming out until I've built either a home for my family or a boat to get on the fucking ocean and get out of here. We're out of here. I'm getting my family out of this goddamn country. It's a shithole.
Oh my god.
And they're like, dude, that's cool, but put your clothes on first. You know? So they dressed me, made sure I was dressed because I didn't understand how to put my pants on. I did not understand that. And they were like, are you sure you don't want to ride? And I only live like 3 blocks, but that was if I took a street. But I cut through the woods. The little woods right there.
Yeah.
And that's when I heard the helicopters. And there was a football game going on right there. And so it was loudspeakers. And all I heard was... And I was just like, what are they saying? Are they saying Chaz grab? They're saying Chaz grab. And they're like, Chaz grab, come out with your hands up. We know. And I'm like, oh, they are. And so I darted into the woods, you know. And I'm in the woods. And I start picturing... or imagining, very real, little green dots on my shirt.
Oh, shit.
And I imagined that either I was A, in the Matrix, or B, these are laser sights, and I'm being hunted by this fucking helicopter, you know?
It sounds cool.
Yeah. And so, but it was literally my mind being torn from this to that, where I would look out and the green dots would be everywhere, just defining a grid for me. Where I was just like, okay, this is just to help me understand my space. Like, my mind is breaking it up into geometric shapes because it's dark as fuck. And it's January. And, you know?
Like a dead cold.
Yeah, it's not January, it's fall, you know? Really
okay.
deep fall.
Oh, nice.
I think it was like Christmas breaks, early Christmas breaks, something like that. I don't know. So it couldn't have been a football game, a track meet. They always do shit out there. And they always use that overhead speaker. And you can always hear it right there in that area.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, I started just exclusively hearing my name and, hey, we know what you've done. We know what you're doing. Come out or we're going to shoot you, you know? And so I was like, I stayed underneath trees, underneath like the awnings of trees, cedar trees, really low.
Oh, man.
And then I found a body of water. And it was just like, the only thing logically to do was cover myself in mud so that the predators can't see me, right? So I took off all of my clothes, shucked everything again. So now I'm naked again. And it's like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, I don't know, really late. And maybe it's not. Maybe I just imagined it is. I don't know. It feels insanely dark. And I start smelling animals. And so I'm like following animal tracks, and like I would feel like it was safe to follow a pig track, you know, because they were like super low, you know, like they definitely won't see me. So I'm like on my hands and knees, like I literally just walked through this body of water, and there was a tree limb kind of swooping down. I grabbed it with one arm and pulled it up with like some primitive strength, you know. I'm just covered still in mud, and I see.
Swamp man.
It's such a small body of woods, dude. So small, maybe 2 acres. And I probably spent hours out there navigating, just trying to get home.
Yeah.
I was trying to escape the police and get home, and I was following pig trails. And so I finally saw the back porch light of my house. Ran all the way home, through this little neck of woods, butt naked, covered in mud. Get through the front door, and my dog doesn't bark. Normally she barks. And I'm like, I'm going to freak her the fuck out. This is probably not going to be good. Everybody's asleep. And she doesn't bark. She's just like, hey, what's up? You know, Swamp Thing, what's going on? You know, she gets me. The dog gets me. I'm on a psychic level right now. This is amazing. I go down the hallway, and I find where my wife was sleeping. And I take off my wedding ring, and I give it to her. And I was like, you need to hold on to this, because when the sun comes up, I'm going to disappear. There's just like the sun, you know, I have a time where I rise and she's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You took acid. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I did, but don't worry about that. Like, what I'm trying to tell you. And she's just like, okay, I'm going back to bed. Like, fuck you. We have shit to do tomorrow. And, all right. And so she literally goes back to bed. She's still kind of in a haze. And she's sort of used to this at this point.
Oh.
And I walk down the hallway, and my mom and dad are sleeping in their bed. And I kick the door open.
Oh my God.
And they both sit up. And I see their silhouettes sit up. And for just a second, that's all it took to convince me, I saw my dad as Father Time and my mom as Mother Earth.
Wow.
And I felt the need to like love them and thank them for the experience and like the, the nourishment from like, and I'm like, okay, they're like, oh my God, they could just see like how dirty I am, and they're like, you were in an accident, are you okay? Like, what happened? Oh my God! And they flip the light on, and they have white sheets and like white comforter and everything, and I'm just like in the bed, like smiling, crying. I'm just like, I love you guys so much. Like I can't even tell you how much I'm so grateful I am for you. Like, and they're just like, what the fuck happened? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, look, I took some LSD, and they were like, oh, thank God.
Oh man,
That's a good reaction.
that's a cool. Yeah, I was about to say that's a badass reaction.
And I explained to them that I was scared that I was gonna die in the morning. That I was gonna whenever the light came, that I had to explain to them that I was seeing helicopters and hearing my name called, and they were like, "Did you do something?" And I'm like, "No," but and they're just like, "Okay, you're just paranoid, like you're just having a freak out.
Yeah.
And there's no cops here, nobody's here, And and my dad cooked me some toast and made some coffee, and we listened to the Beatles.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
and
so
my mom
rad.
went back to bed, and then when the sun came up, I told my dad that I was going to go outside and greet the sun, and then I was going to disappear. And he's like, all right, well, have at it,
Keep on riding.
And I walked out, and I put my arms up, and I was like, here it comes, here it goes. Like, nothing happened. And I just walked back inside. I was fully clothed at this point, showered, fully clothed.
That's good.
And I just walked back inside, and he's like, so you want to go to bed now, or? It's just like, we got to ride this through. Like, he knew.
Yeah.
There was no stopping it, dude. Like, we just got to see this through. He's got to know he's not going to fucking die.
Yeah.
And then he could probably, and I did, dude. I went to bed. I watched cartoons until I went to sleep.
Man, that's fucking
Were you
crazy.
disappointed that you didn't disappear? Like, were you expecting, like, you had accepted that you were going to disappear and you were expecting it, and then it didn't happen? Were you just like, what the fuck? Or were you like, oh, okay.
Dude, in a huge way, yes, I was. In a huge way, I was really disappointed because I really thought that I was given some sort of infinite knowledge of, like, my timeline.
This is your mission.
And that this was my purgatory or my waking dream. Like, this was it. Like, me realizing that I was never really alive. And it all happened. And then when I sobered up, I was like, what the fuck? I am so sorry. That never should have. I would never do that. I don't drink. Like,
I don't
this
drink.
Sounds like a drinker's story, you know? But it was really embarrassing. But there's a lot more to it that I left out. Far more embarrassing, I guess. But just parts of it that were more in my head that were almost impossible to explain without just like way more tangents into how I think about death and stuff, especially around Clinton's death, because he was only 19, and I was like 21, so I was still like learning. Like, it doesn't,
I lost a homie at a really young age too.
Yeah. We've lost a lot of people.
I know.
I mean,
it was a pleasure knowing them all though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? We were blessed with their time.
It is very strange to have super young friends die, and then you can never look at pictures of them without them being young. They've never,
Yeah.
Like, one of the cool things about growing up, one of the only cool things, is just seeing how different we all are now from how we used to be. And it's just like, there's never going to be that for so many of our friends. It's like, fuck. But, yeah, man.
The good die young, man.
Yeah, it's been a trip, though. Like, the whole fucking experience has been a trip. Having a family's been the biggest one. So,
Yeah, dude.
it's a good road. It's a good journey. You going to stick with just one?
I don't know.
Thinking
2 would be nice.
Yeah. That's how the second one happened for me.
I want a
Was
boy
we're
and
just
a
like,
girl.
come on, you can't just have. I don't want only child syndrome, and
Yeah.
plus that's not fair. Like they gotta have someone to lean on, you know,
Yeah.
when we're not here.
Daniel wants a girl, so
Yeah.
I bet we'll eventually have another.
And then I have 5.
I know.
Oh man,
Props.
Yeah.
hands full.
Yeah. So it's now
Boys, all girls, boy, girl.
I have 2 boys and 3 girls.
Nice.
Yeah. So best of all worlds, man.
No, yeah,
You
man.
know? I didn't. I don't know what they're gonna be when they grow up. You know, I don't box them in.
It's good.
I just let them do not what they want, obviously. Like, not that, I mean, in the way of like they're not just running out. I feel like I'm a helicopter dad. I don't want to be, but I'm sort of feel like that's the time we live in. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I feel like as kids, as 2 years old, I'd be running around in the back, for like crawling to the top. I see you've got some storage sheds or some storage tubs stacked up. I'd be at the top of that for no reason.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Outside for sure.
My
all
kids
the time.
aren't allowed to do that, you know. Because they would. I have this stupid fear that they're gonna fall down and bust their chin on the thing. And I was that kid who would jump off of that, and I'm just like, why am I this? I'm such a pussy dad. Like, let them jump off the thing. But it's not just me. It's also the people around me as well.
Yeah.
I gotta, you know. If I don't do that, if I do let them do it, and I'm like, just let it go, then it's like, you're an irresponsible piece of shit dad. You can't. So it's like, what? That's what I would have done that as a kid. Nobody took me away from my dad, you know, because he was in the shop building some shit, you know.
Yep.
But strange, just different times, man. People have to hold themselves accountable for so much more.
Well,
So
it's easy to get looked down on. These
Yeah.
days too, you know, for anything. It's crazy.
I'm used to that
yeah,
as a felon.
Yeah.
Used to that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, fuck, man. It's been really fun
Dude, thanks
catching
for
up.
coming over. Hell
You want to play one more jam?
yeah. I think I did them all.
Okay.
All my originals, anyways.
Okay. If anything comes out, doesn't work, I'll just find a way to splice those in, and then I'll use some of your SoundCloud stuff if you just make them.
Yeah. I think they should be downloadable.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know if they're not.
I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Add them in. All right. Well, Cams, I guess we
Dude.
can catch you at an open mic.
Yeah, at Basement Brewers every Thursday. Basement Brewery of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Here
Did
in
you sell
Kearney.
some brews? Some
Yeah, man. We
some
brew our own
homemade
beer.
crafts?
Yeah, I'm out there brewing.
Mm-hmm. You brew?
Mm-hmm.
You brew, bro?
I brew, bro.
Nice.
I have a nice green tea IPA that I do.
Ooh.
Or
Your brand?
yeah.
Like you came up with it.
It's called Tea Time.
Mm.
It's nice. It's
That's
good
cute.
beer. And then
It's cute.
I have
Did
a
you
mango-
design the can and shit?
we don't have a can for it yet.
That's cool.
but-
It just comes out of a tap.
Yep.
Cool.
We do 5 gallons at a time. Got a mango guava wheat beer that I do. I like peel all these fruits for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good one as well. Crowd favorite.
Very nice. I like that.
Yeah.
You got a little peel in there.
Yeah, a little
Like
chunky.
rinds?
Yeah, East Coast style. It's called
Okay.
hazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that when the bubble's clear and it's still got a little haze.
Oh yeah.
It's like your PP.
Your pee-pee.
I'll cut that.
Chunky.
I was gonna say with some kidney problems.
Oh,
Just a
nice.
little dirty.
Right? Cloudy.
But that doesn't. You can't sell beer that way.
Man, we had one the other day. It was like a slushie.
This one looks like pee. Like, oh man, let's flock
Like a
together.
milkshake.
Smell it.
Yeah, smell it. Smells like asparagus.
What was that one beer? It was like real green one time. It was like real fucking thick. And it
That slushy one.
That was just salsa. We
had
told
a-
you
we
not
had
to
like
drink
a
that.
Slushy beer the other day. It was just like 90% puree, and it was just
Yeah.
so like chunky, dude. It
Wow.
would go slow out of the tap, but it was insane.
Wow. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, we have a lot of beers up there, man. A bunch of guest taps.
When I do stuff like that, I get the flight. Do y'all do flights?
We do flights.
That's cool. I hate it when you go somewhere they don't do flights. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
4 for 10.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
I don't want a whole
what kind of
fucking
brewery
glass
are
of
you?
oatmeal stout. I
Yeah.
just want to try it. And if
I
you're not
stay away
gonna,
from those stouts, man.
yeah, really?
Yeah.
I'll get a flight, dude, and put 2 stouts on there and like some 2 heavies. I don't know. I just
You ever had a sour beer? They're so-
probably.
they're like this real tart.
You know, I went and spent some time with Laramie up there in Oregon, and that's when I learned about all that shit. I didn't know anything about. I'm
it's
like, do
so-
you guys have Lone Star here? Like, just because,
Oh,
just because I want a flight, and then just like a beer that I can drink all the way.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're like, that's insulting. You know, drink this beer, and you can't even see through it. You're like, what
Yeah,
the
right.
fuck, dude? This is black.
Dude. I'm scared of those stouts, dude. My brother stuck an 18%er on me one time.
God.
Yeah, and I felt like it was like you drank a 6-pack. It was insane.
Like you eat a Xanax bar.
Yeah, I was
You just had a
like-
pint.
I went to lean on his wall and I broke his lamp. Dude, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Dude.
Yeah.
You drugged me.
Yeah.
What'd you put in this thing?
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff you shard on.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
We had
too
a-
dangerous.
We had a 28%.
You can't hold back. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's too much pressure behind the gates. Do you know what I mean?
Dude, that happened when I was asleep one time. I woke myself up. I woke myself up with a fart. In like my dream, I was like, dude, hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the bathroom right now.
In your dream?
Dude, no, like
Those are the worst.
woke myself up, dude.
Those are the worst.
Shit. Like woke myself up with a shard.
Two
Like,
shit,
almost
yeah.
a shard. Dude.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
I was
It's-
a fart away from losing it all.
That's how I know I have to pee. Is like, I'll be pissing somewhere in my dream. I'm gonna go in this tree over here and pee, and that doesn't get me up. It's whenever all of a sudden I'm not peeing on the tree. I'm like hugging the tree and peeing, and that's when I'm like, wait a minute, this is bad. And I get up and it's just like,
Oh,
yeah, you gotta
no.
pee, dude. But it's my body being like, if you don't get up, it's gonna be like hugging a tree and pissing.
I wake up at like 3 o'clock every
Subliminal message.
almost
Thursdays
every
fuck?
night. No, just like fucking just to go pee. It's always around 3 though.
Yeah, I wake up at 3 o'clock for that too.
Before we wrap, I want to play a game. Grab
Let's do it.
that box of cards over there. Just got this. Gonna crack
Played
it
with the
open.
Fingers.
Okay. Well, we're gonna not play it with alcohol or anything. But this is Never Have I Ever.
Nice.
Okay. Who makes it? I don't know. All the rights reserved, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, there's a website on the side.
Yeah. NeverHaveIEverGame.com. Guess is where you can find this. The game of poor life decisions.
Right on.
So just so you know, that's where these are coming from. If you want to play it with your friends, you can play it with alcohol. You can play it with weed. You can play it with heroin. I don't know. That sounds fun. But it's, I mean, and hey, and with that kind of crowd, actually, this game would probably be a little fun. But I feel like this is a pretty eclectic crowd of people who have done some living, and I feel like this is a great way to play this for the first time. When you talk, is it going through the PA?
No.
You know, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Do you want it to?
No. All right. So the way it's played is you can pass. You can pass, and normally there's a punishment for that.
Oh shit.
You know,
Right.
but you can also just lie. I'm not opposed to that. You guys, this is just a podcast. You don't have to fucking out yourself on anything. Be a dick.
No shame in this game.
Yeah.
You can always cut it. Or bleep it.
I'll just let you know right now. I'm gonna keep it 100%
Well,
real.
fuck it then.
All right.
It's the only way to do it.
What?
Bring him over this
Oh my
bitch.
bad.
My toes have.
This is a long time ago though.
Yeah, I did. Take one for the team.
Damn. Nasty bitch.
Mine
or
was
what?
this chick
No,
I used to buy
she was-
acid from, and I would always be like, all right.
A little too thick.
Yeah, you just pretend
Took
like
one
you
for
don't
the
know
team
him.
though.
Dude,
Hey, my homie
I
got
don't
to
fucking
smash,
know
so I was like, hey.
yeah. To me, it's not about the thickness. To me, it's hygienic. If it's all about hygiene for me.
Yeah.
Thick or thin, and that's when I've had to just cut out.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't what it looked like.
Damn.
Just cock your head to the side slowly.
It's just
Close
like,
one eye, maybe she gets a look.
but immediately it doesn't
It's
become.
sideways.
Yeah, it doesn't become like how this is gonna be fun. It becomes like how am I gonna get out of this? Yeah.
Oh, fall's blowing in, dude.
Fall is literally blowing in,
Fucking finally.
blowing
Hot as fuck.
baggies around and stuff. All right, what do you got? What you got?
Never have I ever gone to a professional wrestling event.
I haven't.
I
want to.
I went to a midget
I did
wrestling.
for
I got
my
I
birthday.
sat 4th row whenever I was like 12.
Yeah.
Did you go to Monday Night Raw?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
WWE.
Oh, okay.
I went to. It was still WWE.
Who
That's when I
wrestled?
went.
Who wrestled?
I think it was
Shawn
WWE.
Michaels. It was Triple H.
This is
I
an
saw
old
The
school
Rock.
lineup,
Yeah,
dude. The Rock.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I saw Triple H and The
It was
Rock.
legit,
You smell
dude.
the Rock is cooking.
Fucking Stone Cold came out.
Was that
My stepdad
Rikishi?
threw him a beer and he caught it.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I
It
saw
was fucking
Rikishi, remember
dope.
that dude? He shoved his butt in people's faces.
I don't.
Oh,
The sumo guy?
Rikishi, yeah.
Rikishi, dude. I got to see that guy.
That's a Ren and Stimpy move. Ren and Stimpy move, dude.
It all
Rikishi
makes
was
a
the man.
circle.
Yeah, the origin of twerking, right?
It had to have been Rashiki, dude.
This one's weak. And never have I ever danced on a table at a wedding.
Boo.
I haven't, though.
Good card.
See, if we were drinking, some of these would lead to punishments, but we're not. So it's
What are
just
the
like these are
punishments?
week questions.
Where are the
you know?
punishments?
That's the only one.
I mean,
Don't
Is that
give
the
me
red
these.
cards?
I'm black, man.
Is
I
that the
can't be doing
punishments?
shit like that.
Get off that motherfucking table!
Exactly.
Can't stand out,
Hell no.
Fuck is you doing?
especially in like little.
You're like,
Yeah. Fucking glory hog, son of a bitch. This ain't about you. Never have I ever.
read the card.
Stupid. Created a fake Twitter or Facebook account to stalk another person.
What the fuck?
Oof.
That's some girl shit.
That's some catfish stuff.
Yeah, dude.
So
That's some
nobody
girl
here's a
shit.
catfish.
Yeah.
You got it. What's your kick?
Right?
What's your kick?
Man, that is some cold-blooded
Yeah,
stuff,
dude.
dude. When you know, I mean, I don't think that's ever happened to me, but
You
if it
never
ever
know,
has,
dude.
like,
Yeah.
You never.
you try
fucking know.
to be genuine with people, you get catfish. That's a horrible
yeah.
feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I just picked the same card. I literally just went through it and then picked the same.
I've been pushing them
fakes
to
and
the far
orgasm one.
far
this
left.
side?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Toss them, dump them. Don't pretend to. Yeah, I know.
It's like a bachelorette party with a credit card. Never have I ever had a tattoo below the waist.
I don't have any tattoos.
I do.
Are we going like dick
5.
root tattoos?
The only one I have is the one I gave myself, which
Yeah.
is an eyeball right
Nice.
here, because I just wanted to know what it felt like to tattoo myself.
I have an alien right there.
Yeah,
No, I did myself.
yeah, yep. Everything else is all up here.
I have a Buddha on my leg.
What is it?
Never have I ever left a friend at a party to go hook up.
Totally. In her car.
I stole my buddy's room.
In
Like,
her car.
I'm with him. If you want to do this, we're going in your car.
Alright.
All right, let's do
I
this.
definitely did. Yeah.
It's actually,
Several
you know, I mean,
times.
shit, it's happened in my married life as well,
Wow.
where I'm just like, you get an Uber,
I got,
right?
I got so
Grow up,
wasted.
dude. I gave you a ride here. Your ride back was not guaranteed. We're going now.
Yeah. Never have I ever gotten drunk at my in-laws' house.
I have.
I have.
I've gotten drunk with like her dad.
Yeah, I don't get drunk often, but when I do, it's with my in-laws. No, I'm
Like
just,
done drunk and had a couple
Don't
beers.
usually drink beer.
they weren't there.
Oh no, I was drunk at my in-laws.
They weren't there.
I hope they don't hear that.
They won't
I think
listen.
they smelled it.
They won't
They
listen.
probably smelled it on
They
me
won't
anyways.
Right.
The first couple times I met my girlfriend's parents,
Oh, really?
fucking, I was like, I'm too anxious.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
I felt awkward as hell.
Bad deal.
With my ex.
Turned out well though.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, we just met. No, we didn't just meet. We just met,
Yes.
but we've met. But still, has anybody here had a sexual dream involving someone here?
I had not.
No.
Chances were no. It felt safe to ask. You know what I mean? Like it felt like it
Chaz,
was.
I feel like I've seen you before.
What's the
I just don't know where. God, he looks so fucking familiar.
You just had to dig. Thank God we played this game.
That's funny, dude.
Lots of people are losing their virginity today.
Never have I ever rocked mutton chops. I can't say
Mutton
that.
chops?
You know the fucking.
I have.
I have. Yeah.
For a costume.
But
For a
they're like-
costume.
They're all white trashy though.
I did mutton chops, crazy mutton chops, and a pink mohawk, like that I folded
shit.
over, so it was like super high, kind of like James Dean,
Oh,
pink,
yeah.
you know, with the chops, and
Yeah.
then a solid handlebar,
Damn, that's cool. I wish I could go that.
just for that weekend.
Wow.
Yeah,
I rocked it for like a good 2 months before.
I shaved it from this to that, just for the occasion. Like,
nice.
hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
You know, I'm kind of progressive. You know.
Oh man. The cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, and then I skim it off and put it in something delicious. Hell yeah.
Never have I ever had strong Biggie versus Tupac opinions.
It's why? Why though?
I'm too white for that one.
The only big opinion I have about it is the fact that people have big opinions. I'm like, who fucking cares? They're different people,
Oh, yeah.
different doing different things, saying
Different
different stuff. There's
styles and
no,
stuff like that,
you don't
yeah.
compare people like that.
Nuh-uh,
You don't
hell
compare
no.
art like that. So
Exactly, like-
I was like, what is your opinion? And Eminem said it with like the blue and the red. You know, it's that argument. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see what the big deal is. Like,
Yeah.
It's some way to capitalize for certain niches, but the real people are like, fuck that. That is like.
I love them both. Like, one one's West Coast rap,
if you suck,
one's
you
East
suck.
Coast rap. You know, so there's the two different ones.
It is very
Bad
different.
Boy Death Row.
It is very
exactly.
different. It is very different.
Never have I ever driven off with the gas pump hose still attached to my car. I have.
Ooh,
You have?
And it broke too.
Oh, shit.
They rip off.
I took off, dude.
Yeah,
I took the fuck off.
that's the move. That's the move.
Yeah, they reattach.
Do they?
Yeah,
they
they're
just
designed
reattach,
to,
yeah.
like,
Bro,
fuck
I just heard
with
this like
police.
loud snap, and I was like, oh shit.
Just the hose flopping.
It was crazy.
You try to shake the car to
Think
get
about
it
it, you
out.
just pull it out, you just see a car.
Oh, it pulled the whole thing out, but it broke on the way on the back.
He's
yeah.
dragging the
Oh,
pump.
man.
He's like, no, this one didn't. This one didn't reattach.
Still pumping gas.
Dude, yeah, that'd be nuts.
This is gorilla taped.
Okay.
Oops.
I did that, but I stopped myself before I drove off. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I was like, I drove off a little. I was like, oh, that could have been
Yeah, it can't be bad.
tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weed almost got me that time. Never have ever fallen off a boat.
I have.
Pushed or fallen?
Kind of both. Well, I was pushed, and then I like caught myself, and then
No,
slipped
doesn't
in.
count. You were
That's
pushed.
it, yeah.
So-
Look, a kayak or something. That's not a kayak. It's a boat.
Yeah, with a kayak with a boat.
I would consider that a boat.
Yeah.
Small boat.
Yeah.
Personal craft.
Tipped a kayak? That counts.
Fuck
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
That counts. You
Ooh.
tipped a kayak?
Hell yeah.
You ever been in a kayak?
I
Yeah.
purposely tipped the kayak with other people in it.
Oh, nice.
It's my fault.
Like,
Oh,
nah.
it
I've
happens.
seen too many Jaws movies.
Yeah.
I know what the
Oh, I
fuck's
hate
going
the
on.
ocean. I won't
Oh,
do the
dude,
ocean.
nuh-uh.
No, I could do the lake, but nah, man.
Only
I'm not
person in
the ocean,
Jaws.
dude.
Only person in Jaws was on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay.
But dude, that's where they're at.
Well,
you
black
know?
person in Jaws.
That's
Yeah.
where they're at. The sharks are on. They're closer now. And animals in general are getting closer to humans now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like modify this one a little bit.
You ever seen a
It's,
shark's eyes? It's a bit like those. That part made me laugh so hard, dude.
Never have I ever hooked up with a bartender for free drinks, but I have hooked up with a drug dealer for free drugs. She supplied free drugs
I think it was
for the
just, like,
dick.
more of
So-
I've done that.
It was more of like a
And I've done
benefit thing.
bartender.
Wow,
thing,
you guys
too.
Never done the
live.
bartender.
It's the right group of people.
Didn't-
I haven't.
Didn't get
Yeah,
there.
I'd be drinking right now.
10 years of Austin, man.
She was feeding,
I only lived there for 3. I was really just skimming the surface.
Right.
You know?
feed Xanax
Oh,
pills.
dude.
Oh, Xanax. That makes
Oh, yeah.
sense.
It's like, here you go.
Dude, and
Oh
if
my
I
God.
did-
just put it in my pocket.
If I did in that scenario, I wouldn't remember.
I don't
So,
mess with Xanax.
Well, I never took them whenever I was there. But I'd be like, oh, thanks. You want to smoke a blunt now? All right. See you. See you at work.
Never have I ever lost a fist fight.
I got jumped.
many.
I've gotten jumped.
Most. I'll say most.
No?
I haven't been in that many fights though.
I've gotten jumped. I took 2 of them out. Though.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
I've never been jumped.
I got jumped twice.
It was
by the
in
same-
Austin.
Same
Nothing.
group of dudes.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
worse than a gang beating. And
Yeah.
Austin's notorious for it.
Well, it was like
Between bands, like different reggae bands fight, you're like, guys,
What?
peace and love,
Reggae,
bro.
reggae.
I've seen it. I've seen it. There was like a reggae band and then a reggae punk band. And who do you think started the fight?
Reggae punk.
The reggae band. No, you're wrong. I thought it was the reggae punk band.
Yeah.
But the reggae band, there was far more of them. They were a little edgy ska, like a little ska, you know. But they were like, there's like 3 of them and 5 of us.
Yeah.
And the other,
damn.
the reggae punk guys were like, fuck your mom, and like trying to get in the car, and they were like, there's so many of us, and they just like beat the shit out of them right there in front of the
Oh,
Empire
damn.
control room, you know. And I'm like,
Empire.
I got some of it on film,
That's crazy.
and I was like, world star, and then I was
Right.
like, this is a gang beating, and this is tragic.
Damn.
Right.
It's filmed a murder, possibly.
Right.
Exactly, dude. They were about to curb stomp these dudes.
But what's the
Oh,
crazy
fuck,
part
dude.
about
They said this
Empire
every
is
time.
it's right next to the police station.
They were there. They were there in no
Like
time.
that, yeah.
They were there in no time.
Yeah.
It didn't help those dudes. They were like, we don't know what the fuck just happened. Like, we were fucking hammered as fuck. And like, now I can't see because there's blood everywhere. And
Jesus Christ.
did what happen?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are you saying? And they're like, why did y'all call 911? These guys are fucked. We're like, well, Jesus, can you help them? Like, can you...
God damn, dude.
But the girl left. One of the chicks bailed on her dude. He was like on the ground bleeding, and she's like, get up, the cops are coming. Yeah. And he's just like, gurgle, gurgle. Yeah. And she's just like, all right, well, I'm out of here. I don't want to...
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, that is fucked, dude.
I tried.
This one's for you, Max. And never have I ever grown drugs in my backyard or in my house.
I have.
I haven't.
Done.
I'm not gonna say where.
Done. You can get the mushroom kits at Planet K.
No shit.
Yeah, $125, dude. You just gotta have a good closet that
bucket.
don't smoke in it, that kind of shit. You know?
Yeah.
Get a 5-gallon bucket, drill some holes in it, the spores.
I've seen the setups before, but
fucking couple weeks, man. He's sprouting. Crazy.
I like it. That's organic.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a kit, and the mushrooms weren't that good.
Oh man, see, dude, all you need to have, full disclosure, is the spores of whatever mycelium you want to grow, you know, and then your bacteria for the fungus to grow on.
Okay, like a
So
mulch.
it's the shit,
Okay.
you know, like
Cow
the
shit.
cow patty.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
typically they're grown, you know. like
But
people
I've heard that
find
the
them.
cows nowadays eat grain that has an enzyme, or creates an enzyme that kills any
Really?
I heard that
mycelium.
too. I heard that a
I
long time
haven't-
ago, yeah.
What if it's a
haven't
good
heard
myth? Just a good myth.
that. 'Cause I mean,
Like cigarettes are dangerous for
I've never
you.
gone out and looked though.
yeah, dude, I don't think cigarettes are dangerous.
All of a sudden,
That's a myth,
vaping's so
man.
dangerous because 200 people died. Like,
How many people is? How many
did we
people does
forget
smoking
about
kill a
cigarettes,
year?
alcohol, Valium? Like,
Value.
Right?
oh my god, dude,
Fentanyl.
this is a fucked up one.
Yeah.
Never have I ever made someone else sniff my finger after putting it somewhere bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I've done that.
Oh yeah.
That's so
Totally, dude.
Guess what I did last night?
Man, that's horrible.
Guess what I did?
It's the first
Yeah,
scene
she
in
was a
role
dirty
models. It's the first scene in
See it
role
last
models.
That's like the first question.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
all goes back to the first question.
Yep.
It was sniff if you ever turned down somebody because they smelled bad.
Yep.
Full circle. This game's amazing.
That's funny, dude.
You share the experience.
Never have I ever won a hot dog eating contest.
Never.
Never.
I've been in one.
Yeah, I've seen one.
I got in fifth. I got fifth place.
How many
That's
liters
pretty
did you
badass.
choke down?
6 hot dogs.
How many
Yeah.
people?
Buns? Did you like go like
10,
dip them
I
in the
think?
water?
Really?
What
Yeah.
did the winner? How many did he eat?
Not much more, maybe 13.
Fucking A,
Did
dude.
you
Yeah,
go
it was
up
like a
against
team number,
Kobayashi?
but
Yeah.
no. Dude, no, some of these guys, the real guys, can eat like 90
Dude,
hot
it's
dogs.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, dude, they like
They
fucking.
ri-
I
they
saw
rip
one guy
them
that
in
doesn't even
half.
chew it. He's like,
Yeah,
they're like
Some guys, they
fucking-
dunk it in water
Yeah,
so
they
that
take it, it softens the bun.
bun just, and they just suck hot dogs down, they don't chew.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking
it's
crazy,
fucking
dude.
gross.
And then just, what is that? Oh,
I wonder if it comes
What
out
is
of
that?
a hole
Dude,
in
your
your
stomach.
that's
Yeah.
that's horrific. I
They
don't
just,
even want
like,
to know.
shit
Next
out
question.
links of sausage.
Never have
that's
I
a
ever
Bono slash
sniffed
shit.
glue.
What?
Never have I ever sniffed glue.
I tried. I'm like, what's the hype? There's no hype. I never
you
got
say?
high off glue.
Never have I ever sniffed
Hey.
glue.
You weren't sniffing the right glue.
No.
That's true.
No, I'm playing. Like
Huffed
that,
gas
Plumbing
one
glue,
time.
Like that
plumber's
purple
glue,
shit?
I huffed gas one time though.
plumbers.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Put it in like a sock and then put it in
I've
a
done
Ziploc or
that.
something.
Just me.
what?
Just
Listen to this pro. Put it in a sock or like a Ziploc and just
damn.
like, oh my
that's,
god.
that's what he did.
Oh no, dude! It's like straight out the gas can. My buddy always did it.
You would draw a Sharpie on the
I used
inside
to
of
do
your
that
nose.
shit like
No,
at the
you-
track and shit.
You
know what
The
I
racing
never
fuel,
did
dude.
was
I
air
love
duster.
racing fuel.
Fucking
It's
fuck
bad,
that.
dude. It's
One
so bad
time.
for you.
Oh
right?
shit! Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
like
did
wrecks
whipped
your
cream
brain.
Yeah,
cans,
dude,
but that's
yeah.
about as far as I'd venture down into
But-
that hole.
Ugh.
Womp, womp, womp,
I mean,
womp, womp.
elementary.
Hear a bunch
No,
of
elementary
kids that
glue.
crash their cars on
That's
Yeah.
about it for me.
Because you always heard about it and then you try and you're like, this is bullshit.
Well, like,
And then you gotta fix a leak and you're like
there was
25.
a weird kid that, like, I'll never forget, like, we were doing something with, like, the construction paper,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, I put the glue on, and this kid was just, like, scarfing it
Yeah, I've seen
down,
kids
dude.
eat it.
Like, scarfing it down. I was just looking at him. So I, like, opened it, I sniffed it, I was like, oh. That's all I remember from that.
Why?
But,
Why
yeah,
would you think? Why? What would possess a child to do that?
Just,
How do
I
kids
wonder
do
the
anything?
same damn thing, like, just even watching my nieces, just
Is that
watching their thought process and shit, I'm like, What?
Kids are weird.
Lord.
Yeah,
What the
kids are
fuck
weird.
is going on?
Right?
Never have I ever hit on a teacher.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I have.
So
Yeah.
many teachers. Dude.
Miss Granera.
Never went anywhere with
Well,
it.
you gotta
Really?
shoot your shot.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
You
never
could-
went
yeah,
anywhere.
I know, me either.
Yeah, but
Never.
I tried.
Yeah, I even one time later on in life,
Yeah.
I ended up being like at a social, a small one like this. And she
Yeah.
like walked through the door, and I'm like,
Oh,
"This is
shit.
it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try."
You have to.
And she smelt it right off the bat and was like, "Not happening, dude."
Damn.
Oh,
Come
shit.
on, take a chance.
Right.
Like, but I'm 19 now.
Right.
You know?
It's
No, but
legal.
Too old? Yeah. Yeah. Never ever found a sex tape. Ooh, made by my parents. Thank
No.
God, never
I've
happened.
seen them have
Jesus
sex, bro.
Christ.
Have you
Oh.
have you ever
worse?
found a sex
Yeah, I
tape?
like walked in, I was like, oh fuck, dude. Like, I think I screamed actually. I was a little kid. I was like 6, 7.
But you remember it?
I remember it, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
shitty,
fucked up,
dude.
dude.
I don't. Luckily,
That's
my parents.
traumatizing.
My parents did it in the
I
dark.
don't remember like everything, but I just remember like them doing
The
it.
lights
Pitch
on?
black.
Yeah, dude, it was like midday. It's like, dude, everyone's home right now. Motherfuckers. Like,
Some of that
I was a
Sunday
little
loving.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember
Everyone's
screaming.
home
dude.
right now.
Everyone's home. We haven't even had breakfast.
Right? It was
I want
nuts, dude.
pancakes.
Have you ever found a sex tape or seen images of your friends' moms or dad?
No.
No.
No, but
Found a
I've
friend's
seen my
dildo.
my friend's mom naked, and she's
Yeah.
fine as hell. Too.
Yeah.
Found a friend's mom's dildo.
Did he know?
One time.
Yeah, he
Oh,
ended up
my.
finding out, but he
Yeah,
didn't know that.
was
That's
insane.
the 15.
She's hot too.
The 15 years older.
Both.
Yeah,
all
that's
all
what I
of the
smashed.
above.
That was in
Yeah.
high school, dude.
You fucked his
What?
mom?
Did you
Oh, yeah,
realize
dude.
every
Oh,
question I've
yeah,
pulled has been a
dude.
sex question?
It's kind of like that. Yeah.
I went to go pick
Or
him
smelling
up,
something.
and he wasn't there yet.
Which, yeah.
So yeah,
Kinda
we fucked, and he didn't
sex
show up for
oriented.
like
I gotta pee.
an hour and a half, and then like literally, it was like perfect timing.
That's
Fuck
funny,
This dude's
dude.
mom?
Yeah, dude.
That's insane.
Hell yeah, dude. Andrew Braswell, dude.
Oh,
Her
yeah, you can
mom
go
was
anywhere.
fine as hell.
Oh. You can go on that door over there or whatever.
Andrew Braswell, man, that was his
Damn,
mom, dude. Yeah,
dude.
Miss Braswell. I didn't even know her first day.
Did she fuck you or did you fuck her?
She came on to me, and I went with it.
No, I know. But who did the fucking?
I did.
You did the
Yeah,
fucking?
I
She
did,
do the
and
fucking?
then she came on top and like started
Okay, then
writing
she-
it, yeah, and then she finished me off like that, yeah.
She finished him off.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Dude, I really thought I was gonna get somewhere entangling all that fishing line.
Dude, I was
close.
like, dude, you're
I was-
fucking, you're doing it, dude.
Dude, I was getting close. It was a nice little. I'd take that on like a road trip with me.
I fucking
Just
choked
trying.
someone out with this bitch.
I didn't pee on this bat, so you
Oh, dude, there's my bat.
You've been looking for that, right, Cam?
Yeah. I was gonna beat Brad's car with that thing.
Way away from
Good thing you didn't.
I know.
You'd owe even more money.
I know.
What?
Uh-oh.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah,
at
suck
least
it
nothing
out.
broke.
Did the nail break or no?
Oh no, this thing's fucking.
No, it's just I got.
Oh, I was saying the nail. I thought
It's
it did.
titanium.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I wish Brent would try
I
some of
wish
that
you
hot
could
sauce.
fucking break that.
Yeah, just for funsies.
Dude, try some, man. It's
Oh,
really not that bad, man.
Yeah.
Like, can we like start them off easy?
Yeah, but I don't have
I
the
just need a little
nuggets,
Yeah,
y'all.
dude, just stick it a little bit on your fingers.
Yeah, just all my fingers gonna fucking burn for the rest of the day. I'm
Then
gonna
just
be
go
able to wipe
straight to tongue.
Here, just
Bottom
lick,
of the
lick
tongue.
the edge of the bottle.
Oh,
It's got
Oh
some
my
in there.
god.
That's the last dab right there.
oh man.
And you starting with the last dab, I'm telling you, you're gonna feel it.
Oh my god.
Here, put some on this napkin. And then
10
fucking
minutes.
Eat some off the napkin.
That's how long you got.
There you go. But dude, you really don't need a lot.
Yeah, I know. I've seen how it was.
Just eat the
Oh,
napkin.
shit.
You'll be alright.
Eat the napkin.
Oh, he's eating a
Need a
napkin.
little bit of texture, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, I already feel it.
Good thing you didn't try the fucking dragon in the clouds.
Oh no, I know better than that.
Fuck.
Yeah, don't touch your eyes. All right, dude. Let's go one more round,
What do you think?
and then let's wrap this.
Hell yeah.
It's flavorful.
It is, right?
Woo!
Not
Got
as
a long
terrible
weekend,
as
my
you thought.
dudes.
We
It
also
does.
only got like the teeny tiny. Dude,
Yeah.
we did a fuckload. We did both of them.
I don't know how they
We did
do
Dragon
that
in the
on Hot
Clouds
Ones,
and
dude.
Last Dab.
Dude.
They cook it with the sauce, and
Yeah,
then they put
dude.
the sauce on top of it.
That's a lot.
That's how.
They like marinated in the sauce.
Yeah,
and
they
then
marinate
and
the
then
chicken,
shake it in
the
it?
wings in the sauce, and then
That's what I was telling you. That's how I do
Oh.
mine. When I test the sauces that they give me, so that I know what the guests are going through. That's how I toss them. Except I don't do
Yeah,
wings.
that sounds fun.
That's
The
too much
nuggets
prep.
Was good,
Yeah.
man.
I just do chicken chunks.
Okay.
I oven cook them to get nice and crispy, and then I just marinate two in every flavor,
yeah.
Here you go.
and then I just plow through it. So I do 20 wings. And
That's not bad.
you know,
Hot, dude.
huh?
Hot, dude.
No,
Oh. Try
It's not
some
that
more,
bad.
dude.
Yeah, no. When you douse a wing in it, it's not that it's so bad. It's just that it doesn't go away for like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know. But
But it tastes so good that it's
It
like,
really is.
That's why it was like
and you want
not
more.
as bad. Yeah, because like dude,
I
that-
told
the
Cams, dude, I'll
bombs.
leave you guys some so
Rough.
y'all can
Oh,
just
yeah. Thank you,
you
dude.
know.
I got a little something inside, I'm sure.
Yeah,
we gotta
just
try. We gotta try the other last dab.
if you
The-
got some
the
styrofoam
review.
cups or
Whoa,
something, I
spider.
don't know.
That's
All
a
right.
spider.
All right, let's do this.
Never have I ever eaten something out of the garbage. Was it on top
Dude, I
of
feel
the
like I
garbage?
have.
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. I mean, yeah, right out top, of
Like-
course.
I
you
feel like I
fucking-
have.
You threw away
Yeah.
like
Wait,
half
public
a burger,
or house?
Like in your house?
It's
Yes.
just not specific. At home, yes.
I used
Yeah.
to bust tables, and I definitely ate food off the table before, like fries, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Oh
Hush
yeah, I've
puppies.
done that. At,
Whole
yeah, I've done
cheesecake.
that.
Hush
dude.
puppies, that's the one to get
Oh,
away
dude.
with.
They're like hard, you know.
Egg
I did that at
rolls.
Little Woodrow's.
I went to
Oh,
Cheesecake
Somebody leaves an
Factory.
egg roll?
Oh,
Fuck
dude.
really?
you, man.
So people
That's
would have
like
like one bite
blasphemy,
of
dude.
cheesecake.
It is.
Yeah.
So
And there's some
cut off
sriracha
the
still on the
leg,
table.
Ate it?
and all.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
the rest of it.
Fuck yeah, dude! I would do the same damn thing.
Oh,
That's
shit.
a waste of a goddamn
Yeah, dude. I
cheesecake.
used to work at Cheesecake Factory, and
Me too.
so like somebody would,
Yeah, dude.
somebody would take like one bite of like a giant ass ultimate red velvet, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I would take a knife and cut off where their fork ended, and then I would eat the rest
Me
of that
too.
whole fucking cheesecake. Cause dude, that's a $9 slice.
Yeah.
That those full.
So you waited tables.
Yes.
I cooked.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, it's so humiliating because if you don't do exact 45-degree grill marks, whatever, they take your food and just throw it away right in front of you.
Oh, damn.
So you're like,
They're
dude, there's
fucked
hungry
up.
ass waiters out there.
Yeah.
There's homeless people galore.
Yeah.
dude.
And you're throwing it away because the marks are too not diamondy. They're
Yeah,
too, you know.
too
And I'm
square.
like, dude, this is crazy. So after a day where you get 3 of those thrown away, I was just like, fuck this place. I worked there for like 9 months, and it was the day where I was just off,
Yeah.
and it just kept happening. And I was like, I'm done. Like, no, stay. And I'm
Dude,
just
there's
like,
a lot of fucking
fuck
moments in
this.
there.
Right? Yeah.
This I can't. This aggression will not stand, man.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
there's literally an epidemic of starving people,
People,
myself included, on $9 an hour. I can't
Right,
afford that burger, and you just
Right.
throw away 3 of them right in front of me.
Right, yeah.
Fries and all. Like that's nothing.
Damn.
The fries had nothing to do with the shitness of my burger anyway, man.
They're guilty association.
Yes, it's
That's a different
this
station.
shit, dude. Anyway, yeah, it's a totally different
Fry
station.
got full. Fuck.
And they hate me now. Fry Station hates me because they're like, I gotta make more fucking fries, dude.
Yeah, you know, if your steak would have been right, then they wouldn't have thrown away my goddamn fries.
Anyway, enough of that. Enough.
Fucking Cheesecake Factory. Why's it gotta be so good, dude? I still go back and eat there, man. Louisiana chicken pasta.
Alamo Draft House. That's a bartender there.
Okay.
Dude, damn.
Same thing or no?
Well, it's like since
Wasteful.
Like, well, since that was like the liquor cost is way more than the. They're just like, well, who wants this after the shift? That kind
Yeah.
of thing, so they could comp it.
Yeah.
But nah, like I'll see it through the kitchen, and man, dude, they go through hell back there. It's like hell.
It
Like,
is. It
Literally,
sucks.
it's hot and everything.
People's standards
yeah,
when they spend money. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Fuck 'em.
yeah.
That's why I buy nuggets. We all have the same expectation. Like if they're cold coming out the window, nobody's circling back. I'm like $1.29 versus whatever.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, we are. We're all on
You're
the
what you pay
same
for.
level here. Broke for broke. All right, go.
Alright. Never have I ever used a grease for my nose to fizzle beer foam.
I've done that.
The what?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
Is that true?
You know,
Does
like
that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it on your
Supposedly.
beer? You
Nah,
never done
man.
that?
It works like salt on a slug, really
Yeah.
slowly.
I just kind of like move my finger around the phone.
More humane.
Yeah, you can do that too, but if like you do that like that, all that foam will go down. Oh.
Oh man, have you ever had an accident with someone else's car?
Yes.
Me too. Work truck.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Work
Someone
truck.
else's car?
Hit a
Yeah.
fucking tree.
Yeah, dude.
A rental.
Oh, rental.
Yeah.
That
That
sounds
sucks.
expensive.
With my friends, like
No, we
05
got it off
Mustang.
with said we hit a deer.
A nice car.
But I like actually
well,
slid and hit a
no,
tree.
yeah, it was a Mustang. It was a V6 Mustang.
But it was
like-
So
it
was like
wasn't
sleeting and
shit,
shit.
really. But there was a lifted truck in front of me, and we're at a light, and it went green, and then he slammed on his brakes, and I just glanced over, man, we slid right in the back of it, so his hood went up.
In his truck,
Shit.
nothing happened to his
Nothing.
truck.
Yeah.
Nah, that does suck.
Never have I ever had an ex's name tattooed on me.
I don't have any tattoos.
Oh,
neither.
damn it!
I don't have
No,
any
I'm not.
tats.
No,
I do still, and it's a problem in my new marriage.
Oh wow.
It's a problem.
Are you
I have
gonna get an
a
X on
B on my big toe for my buddy that we're not friends anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That could be anything though.
And he has a C on his big toe.
Yeah, that could be anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say my little B toe.
Yours is bitch. His is cunt.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write L.A. on the other toes. Little B toe. Works, dude.
No.
Never have I ever been drunk at church.
Ooh.
Hungover.
One time I only went to church because I was drunk. And then I kind of started to sober up, and I just walked right the fuck out. I was like,
wait,
wow,
wait,
this
It's a
is
smart move, dude.
not where I wanted to be. I thought this was going to be a little more entertaining, but this feels I feel targeted right now in the conversation, specifically about alcoholism. I think you guys,
Oh, damn.
they probably smelt me.
I just like instantly changed the sermon.
We were I was camping with three
The
other
Lord has brought
dudes.
this man here today to hear this word. It's here for a reason.
Yep. Well,
The
good
Lord
thing-
has spoken
We need to
today.
heal this man.
The Lord has spoken today. We got ourselves a man here.
Miracle worker.
Why don't you come up to the front? Come up to the front.
Come
brother.
on,
Let me touch you and you'll be healed.
Oh shit. Yeah, no,
Give me your
I'm
forehead.
I'm sorry. I was just camping. I just thought I
Like
thought
the dude with the jacket.
Fucking.
yeah.
Oh, no,
up
I've
into that.
been stoned as shit at church.
But anyway, all right, everybody, it's been fun. It's been real. And that is literally probably the last time we'll ever play that game because it's way too revealing. And it led to the first time I've ever said cunt on this podcast. So, and it's completely irrelevant. But really, it was good
I had fun,
catching
dude.
up.
Yeah, dude. Indeed.
It
This
was.
is really cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you so much, Cameron, for hosting me. And it was really beautiful to sit out on that gazebo back there and just literally watch the leaves fall off of the trees while we just shed these, dark parts of our past and just kind of clear the air and catch up. I hadn't seen you, and it's been a couple years. And we go back a long time, so we've actually shared quite a few very memorable and pleasurable experiences. No homo. That's something you can't say anymore, huh? In today's climate, no homo. It's a lot you can't say in today's climate. Not here, I guess. Podcast, it's pretty safe. Thank bejeebus. And, one of the big features about the show is we showcase independent artists. And I also want to shine a spotlight onto some other little dark corners of the streaming, realm, I guess you could say. Soundcloud. I pay a pretty penny to have unlimited space on SoundCloud. And I've curated quite a collection of sounds from the artists that are featured on here that have full albums and stuff on there. So you guys really, if you don't have SoundCloud, it's and you don't understand what it is, it's an affordable way for people to showcase their stuff without buying into, copywriting and stuff like that. It's sort of just there. It's sort of for demos, but also it's a place where notorious artists come and just kind of curate radio stations and stuff like that. Because it is free for the most part. And anyway, I wanted to kind of shine a spotlight on one artist in particular. We're going to do this every episode. So it'll just be one artist that I've listened to that I enjoyed, I thought was different, and they're just completely independently produced. It's King Kai Productions. You can go to soundcloud.com/King Kai PROD. And the artist is NewSense. He's from Pipe Creek, Texas, so right here in our neck of the woods. Kind of born and raised out here. And, he's got chops. He's got bars. And I thought it was pretty cool. So here it is. This is the song Absolute Blasphemy. And if you guys want to download it, it is downloadable now. Go check that out. All the links will be in the show notes.
I never gave much thought to what it meant. I just thought it was some cold-blooded shit to say to a motherfucker before I popped the cap in his ass.
ESKRY, turn that shit up, man.
Just a prophet, talking on my own thoughts. Don't show knowledge I don't got. Pull over the Pope, accused of being a robot. Exposing the whole plot seemed awfully odd. This a cult, not a religion, and that is not a god. No, I'm not. Guess who got me? Oh, sheesh. Future fans follow me, toast me. That's just how it ought to be. Wanna be a deity, but I am just an oddity. My people like it freaky, give exactly what they wanna see. My groupies and me and in our configuration. Women of the congregation, swallow, please. Yes, daddy. This religion centered on getting lit as titty. I'm a high horse spitting and litany sermons and epiphanies. No children and enemies gunning for me, just drinking and fornicating. Whenever I'm feeling horny, fucking like a seaman, I surely avoided the darkest stormy queens pouring it for me. Life of Messiah is never boring. I'm like the Bible, you just a page in the chapter, not the pasture, the burning bush. Command your every action. Y'all are actors, I'm the actual passion. Magical fact of everything that you Judas is lacking. Thought to go way back, like way back when, before 8 tracks and even have a pass of pins. Riding on the same stone tablet, commandments are written in differences. All I spit is original sin. Booty hole. Not God, maybe I'm the devil, dude. Take your wife, say you owe the devil's due. Not to be rude, I might just take your soul too. That's just what us devils do. Enough souls so that I can reach level 2. Walking on water through fire and open toe shoes. I'm getting hotter, higher when I make the snow cool. Bathing in flames like it was just a cold pool. I know Coldplay, they made a deal with the devil too. Not kosher, I guess I'd be a rebel Jew. You can say I got a devil, make your attitude. Being mortal is not a level that I am willing to settle to. I'm a miracle, baby, I'm a blessing only for you. It's like, no, I'm not, guess who got me? Oh, sheesh, future fans follow me, toast me. That's just how it ought to be. Wanna be a deity, but I'm just an oddity. My people like it freaky, we get fucked up like it's novelty. We spray and we pray, we stay to get laid, we pay to get played. It's not a trade that I would ever trade. Wanna play high priest for way today, shocking the shit like I'm in a Faraday cage and my godliness all on display.
Alright, you guys, feel free to scroll down to the show notes. Click on the NewSense icon there. Bit of text, and it'll lead you straight to the SoundCloud, where I got this from. And plenty more, also, where that came from. Be sure to check it all out. Check out our playlist while you're there. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we are now on Spotify, thanks to some new regulations, which means that there's probably going to be a ton more podcasts on Spotify. It's great. I don't think podcasts are going to be monetized like music is, which would be cool. But at the same time, this isn't my original content, so I'm not going to really throw my hat into that argument. I like what I do, and I one of the best things about it is there will never be advertisements. There just won't be, because the best part about it is it's created by the fans. Every listener here is either a past, present, or former fan of a band. Wait, past, present, past, former. God, I'm dumb sometimes, you guys. You guys ever feel like you're dumb? Well, you're not alone in that. Mental illness is real. And not the kind that destroys your life and causes, hallucinations and stuff like that, but the kind of mental illness that just tells you you're not as good as you really are. You know that kind? The kind that just eats away at you. Anxieties, depression, stuff like that. It's poo-poo. I don't like it, but hey, it's what it's like being a human. Speaking of being a human, one of the inevitabilities, the only guarantees we have in this life is death, and one of the greats has passed on just recently, September 11th. Mr. Daniel Johnston, the great Daniel Johnston, the late great now, which is kind of ironic because there's an album out where a lot of really tremendous artists sort of covered a lot of his songs, and it's called The Late Great Daniel Johnston. And it's him standing at his own grave, so it's kind of dark, but he was always that kind of guy. He was a pretty dark guy in general. He had a pretty good grasp on life, though. I've seen The Devil and Daniel Johnston sort of changed my life. Rest in peace, Booker Davenport. Showed that to me when I was a 21-year-old child, essentially, in Austin, Texas. And he insisted that we dose, and I just happened to have some Smarties that had some LSD on them, and we took that and we watched The Devil and Daniel Johnston, and it really, man, it opened my mind to, I don't know, the type of acceptance of art that this world has. I'm not saying I'm a snob myself, but I noticed there was a lot of snobbery, and I noticed that Daniel Johnston was able to kind of break through that despite his obvious limitations. But he was just an incredible human being, and he was incredibly charming and just one of a kind. And I think anybody that met him knew that. I never got to meet him. A huge regret in life. I've heard he just would set up on street corners and play, and that's just tremendous. So what I did was I went to danieljohnston.com, and I looked up his Wikipedia page, and I just sort of, from my own musing, wrote sort of a little eulogy for him, a little memoriam. So this literally is some of its plagiarism. This isn't from my words. It's literally just, I kind of pieced it together, sort of what I feel like would be important and also leaving you wanting more. So go investigate who Daniel Johnston is. His body of work is tremendous, and he records all of this stuff by himself, most of it by himself. A lot of it came from cassette tapes, and God, his story is just incredible, you guys. Anyway, Daniel Johnston was an American maverick. He was a cult legend. He was an original artist. He was heavily influenced by comic books and animated mischief. He was born in Sacramento, California in 1961. He was the youngest of 5 children. He grew up in West Virginia in a very conservative Christian home with his father, Bill, who was a World War II pilot and worked as an engineer. His mother was a stay-at-home mom who saw Daniel blossom and decline in many ways, and took it upon herself to mentor Daniel in many ways, and became his muse in a lot of his early videotapes and songs. Daniel loved the Beatles early on, and growing up in a devout Christian home, the upbringing and the psychedelics kind of mixed together what his character would be, and as his mental illness would nurture Daniel's most dark corners from his oftentimes grand personality. He was discovered internationally after literally wandering onto a set during a barbecue for an MTV show, and he flashed his homemade cassette tape, to the cameras, and performers all the while performing or charming producers with his unbelievable wit and humor. He performed that night in front of a worldwide audience as it was taped and aired, and the legend of Daniel Johnston thus was sort of brought out into the public eye. Daniel would go on to inspire songwriters and performers, along with many who felt deeply connected to Daniel through his beautifully tragic lyrics, songs, and art. In the end, Daniel said that he found true love by remembering the good times. Daniel passed away at the age of 58 on September 11th, 2019. I do encourage you to go to danieljohnston.com and see his legacy and see what his family has done. They are responsible for his estate, so probably anything you buy and do from there would support his family, and you might get your hands on some of the last bit of his autographed artwork as well. I want to thank all of our listeners. I want to thank our new listeners and our old listeners. We're so close, you guys. I honestly want to say we're at 10,000 downloads, but that would be a lie. We're at like 9,800 downloads. So I feel like just maybe a couple more episodes and we'll hit that 10,000 mark. And that's, they say once you do something for 10,000 hours, you go into a Zen state. So I'm hoping that our audience collectively, after 10,000 hours of listening, sort of sync up and we all kind of get on the same page. I think that would be really nice, huh? Because I love you guys. And I know you love me too. That's why we're all here, right? That's why we return episode after episode, not just to listen to songs, but also to hear stories of the world, hear our stories. And I apologize for talking so much in this episode. I feel like Cameron was pretty nervous being his first podcast and all, and I sort of just took the reins. But there will be more Cameron episodes. There will be. Yes, indeed. Take care of everybody. Take care of one another. Take care of yourselves. And as always, follow the golden rule.
When I was out in San Marcos a year ago today, they probably would have put me in a home. But I threw all my belongings into a garbage bag and out into the wilderness I did roam. My hopes lay shattered like a mirror on the floor. I see myself and I look really scattered, but I live my broken dream. The wildest summer that I ever knew, I had a flat tire down memory lane. But I came back after 5 months and a half, and now I'm just trying to explain. And now I'm here, and here I stand.